along with Kiana Yates and Lexi Youngblood. Willard being introduced, and we'll take our 30-second break here from Community National Bank, sponsors of our tip-off. Back here in 30 seconds. Lady Tiger Basketball, Music Radio 93.5.
Community National Bank and Trust is a proud sponsor of this Carthage Tiger Basketball opening tip-off. Loyalty, hard work, and dedication are key elements of any successful team. And Community National Bank and Trust appreciates everyone's efforts in making the Carthage Tigers a success this year. As a valued member of the Carthage community, Community National Bank and Trust is there to be a reliable teammate for you and your family. The local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to serve you. Community National Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
So we have Schote, Brunert, Boyd, Yates, and Youngblood. And for Willard, since they killed the lights, and they absolutely have nothing up here, reflective lights to see anything, trying to go through the numbers here for Willard. Carthage in their road blue. It is Murray, Howard, Crawford, Washington, and Floyd. And Carthage wins the toss, and they go from right to left. Kiana Yates backs up, tries the three, and swish. That's a good way to start. And the Lady Tigers will bring it back the other way. Diagonal pass, nearly intercepted, but down into Washington. She'll drive, then cut off, gives it off to Howard. Now back to Crawford. Crawford tried to go to the lane. Now back for about a 6-footer. That's no good from Washington, and the rebound is tied up. Washington and Yates, and the possession goes to Willard. So a three-pointer by Kiana, and we're 42 seconds into the ball game. Here's a spinning, turning jump shot, no good, and ball off of Washington. It'll go back to Carthage. So Boyd will bring it up and then give to Yates. Back to Boyd on the left wing. She'll come around to the right side of the lane, put it up with the right hand. A bank shot is good. So 5-0 Carthage, a minute into this one. Lateral pass Washington, now back around to the diagonal pass to Murray. Now back to the right corner shot. That's an air ball from Floyd. Goes into the hands of Youngblood. And eventually down to Yates. She'll try to go to the lane. Back to Cochran for three. Bounds around, pops out from the left side. Washington rebound. Fires it down on a bullet pass. Shot up on the lay is no good. That was Crawford that missed it. And here comes Yates back. 5-0 Carthage. Yates trying to go to the baseline. Puts it up with the right hand. Another bank shot is good. And it's 7-0. So a good fast start for Carthage. Here comes Murray. She'll drive, lay it up, and it falls through. A little backspin on the right side of the rim, but it went through anyway. Here's Boyd for Carthage. And she gives to Yates. Yates now gives it back on the right wing. That is Schote. Ball tapped at, loose, picked up. Murray will bring it back for Willard. She'll stop, lay it up, and it goes missed right to left. Tip try not going to go. Ball tapped out to the right side, now the left side of the lane. Back over to Crawford. She backs away for a shot. That's no good. And we have a whistle and a travel. That will go on Floyd. It's a lot of action, but nothing resulting. 7-2 Carthage. It'll be Schote to give it off to Yates. Yates will bring it slowly across. Gets a screen, drives, triple team, puts it up, draws free throws. About all you could ask for on that one, and the foul will be on Willard, obviously. That'll go on Scarlett Floyd. So Yates to the line, has 5 of the 7 and 6 of the 8. 7-0 start. It's right now 8-2. Trying to match it. Shot 2 is also good. 9-2. And here goes Willard up the far side of the court to Crawford. Now back to Murray. She'll go through the free throw line area, back to the right corner. That's Washington. She'll dribble out, then pass off to Crawford. Crawford backs out, now goes back into the middle of the lane. A little push off there, not called, and ball goes loose, stripped away, and here comes Schote for Carthage. 5 minutes to go first quarter, and a 7-point advantage for Carthage at 9-2. Yates has it. Comes middle of the lane, flips it off to the corner. Cochran goes for 3 and got it. That moves it up to 12-2. Washington back for Willard. Back for a 15-foot try on the left side. That's not going to go. Missed shot by Scarlett Floyd. Tigers get the rebound with Yates. In a crowd, they get it fished out of there finally and into the front court. Schote behind the back dribble, then a reach around, I believe, on Washington.
Number 20, Washington.
It'll be on Washington, her first. Team foul number 2. Zy Clark in for Carthage. Be Schote to fire it in right of the goal. Quick inbound to Yates on the right corner. She'll work out wing. Right of the free throw line, lobs it across to Brunert. That's Brust out there, and back to Yates. Another 3. And the lead expands to 15-2. 4:10 left to go. Have a whistle, and the first foul on Carthage will go on Schote. So Murray will throw it in for Willard. Maybe. Up to 4. Shot up, no good by Scarlett. It's no good. Scarlett Floyd. Here's a follow shot. That one's not going to go by Kennedy Johnson. And a foul. 2 shots for Johnson. Be Zy Clark on the foul. Free throw 1 is short. So Washington thought about checking out, but it's going to be Scarlett Floyd to go out. And Willard confused on where everybody should be. Second shot awaiting for Kennedy. She missed the first one. And it is no good on the second one, but an offensive board. Washington tried to force feed it in there, bounced right back to her, puts it up, and missed it anyway. Back around to the left corner. There's a heave over there for 3. That's a weird-looking shot, but Carolina Crawford got it in there. She kind of slung that thing, and it swished in. Here's Brust giving it off to Yates. Yates on the bounce pass and a walk on Yates. 3:38 to go here in the first. A 10-point Carthage lead, 15-5. So Willard will try to bring it up. Triple team. They get it ahead to Washington. She'll stop for 12. No good. Rebound taken in and then slammed into is Brunert. It'll be on Kennedy Johnson. Up with it is Boyd for Carthage into the front court. Defender falls down. And another one picks it up. Here's Brust with the ball. Back to Clark. She'll move it up top of the key. Puts her back to the defender and gives to Boyd. Back to Yates. Yates fakes a 3. Way back out to Boyd. Boyd spins through the middle of the lane. Back to Yates. Open again, right wing. She's hot. Makes it 18-5, and she scored all but 5. And a turnover at the other end. So Schote will come back in. 2:53 to go opening quarter. Brust and Boyd, Clark, and looks like Cochran. Here's Boyd. Now back to Schote. Back to Brunert. And we have a whistle. What is this about? Referee near the bench blew a whistle. I'm not sure what it is. Apparently debris, however you want to pronounce it. Depending on what side of the state you're from, I guess. Referee saw something spark. He's got good eyesight. Whatever it was, he put it over there, top of the backboard, or there where the cushion is, and I still can't see it. So. Bet he was a DI. Here's a shot going up, no good. Back comes Willard, shot recklessly put up, but offensive board snared. Murray has it. Out to Washington. Back to the left corner. Driving, and the shot blocked by Cy Clark. Missed shot there by Kennedy Johnson. Back comes Schote, middle of the lane, back up top to Boyd. Boyd now back to Clark, baseline left, cut off there. Back out high to Schote. Round to Brunert. She'll fire a three, and that one goes. 5 threes in this quarter, and it's now 21-5. 1:42 to go. Drive through the lane, another turnover. Tried to feed the ball to Johnson from right to left, and she wasn't looking for it, and it ended up in the Carthage bench. So Yates back in, and Schote will give to her. Yates will go to the right wing, come in the arc, back out, bounce pass to Clark. Clark has an opening right side, lays it up high off the glass, and yes. Lead goes to 23-5. Murray has it for Willard. She'll drive middle of the lane, try the layup. It goes almost in reverse, but there was a foul called. She put it up and went up net first and almost fell back through, but of course that doesn't count that way. So. Foul on Yates. Two-shot foul coming up for Murray. That one's good. It is senior night here. There'll be a presentation between the games. Don't know how long that'll take, so we may break away between games. Here's a rebound foul. That'll go on Willard. We'll see how things go. The way this first quarter's flying by, we'll have plenty of commercials to fill between games. Here is Johnson back in. Previous foul was on Washington, her second. Minute to go, first quarter, 23-6 Carthage. Long shot, this one Boyd. Will it crawl in? No. Went off the front, bounded to the left. Decided to be stubborn, came back out. Here comes Howard. Back over on the left wing. Driving, putting up the shot and hitting. Nice move there by Carolina Crawford. 23-8 with 39 seconds remaining. Driving is Schote through a triple team, put it up short, and it's picked up on the bounce by Scarlett Floyd, and we have a whistle and a foul right afterwards. That'll be on Boyd.
Number 15, Maggie Boyd.
It's one on her. 29 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 23-8. And 5 3-pointers, 3 of them by Yates. Here's Washington driving back to the right corner. Fire a 3 over there is too strong, missed everything. Then the ball goes off of Clark. She couldn't quite snare it. So it'll go to Willard, left of the goal. 19 seconds to go here in the first. Long lob. Now back to the left corner. Murray. Back out to Crawford. Bounce pass over to the left corner. Here's a long ball. It hits off the side of the glass. No good. Carolina Crawford missed it. And here comes Boyd with 3 seconds. She'll have to heave it, and she does with the left hand, but it goes far away and fades off quickly. But very productive first quarter for the Lady Tigers. 23-8, they lead Willard. Back here in 1 minute. This is Lady Tiger Basketball on Music Radio 93.5.
Cheers on the Carthage Tigers. The coaches, players, and their families all deserve a hearty congratulations and a sincere thank you for their sacrifice and hard work. As Fair Acres Family Y works to build strong kids, strong families, and strong communities, they know that good sportsmanship goes a long way in developing one's character. Fair Acres Family Y is proud to be part of Carthage and a proud sponsor of Carthage Tiger broadcasts. Go Tigers!
Tom Garrison Construction knows what it takes to build a winning team. Hard work, commitment, knowledge, and accountability. Garrison Construction is a proud sponsor of Carthage Tiger Sports and congratulates all of the student athletes on their hard work and dedication. Garrison Construction excels at remodels, metal buildings, roofing, and custom homes. Garrison Construction, serving Carthage and the surrounding area since 2006. Garrison Construction says, go Tigers.
Carthage gets the alternating possession. It'll be Kiana Yates. And she has it over on the right side. Back to Schote. Swish on the three. How about another one? So it's now 26-8. Here comes Crawford. She'll heave it off to the left corner. Driving on the baseline. Now back to Crawford. To Washington free throw line. Now Murray. Murray back to the right corner to Floyd. Floyd right of the circle. Back to Murray and a walk. Carthage has Boyd along with Yates and Schote, Youngblood, Cochran. I think Youngblood, the only starter that hasn't scored. Here is Yates driving for a layup, but she missed it. And there's Youngblood on the follow, and we have a whistle and a foul.
Also number 52, Wheeler.
Foul was on Wheeler. And started to say Youngblood could get in the book. She misses the first one. Next one on the way, that'll go. So 27-8. Driving with the ball is Crawford. Now to Murray. To Floyd on the right corner. She'll move to the right of the lane. Now back to Murray. Crawford driving. Now back to the right corner goes Wheeler. She'll put up the shot. Missed that one badly. And here comes Boyd back for Carthage. Boyd will bring it up. And she'll stop right wing. Now start to move again. Drives the baseline. Throws it up. And partially blocked. It looked like knocked out of bounds. Typical modern gyms, they put us in the balcony, and there's a railing, of course, that they had no forethought of media people being here, and so you have to look through two of these little bars, and sometimes you miss where the bucket is. Here's a drive for Boyd. I got to look down underneath between the two bars every time that somebody puts up a shot. Boyd put up one. It was deflected out of bounds again by Willard, so a third chance on this trip. Here's Yates, a long three, and that one's missed. Ball bounds off the glass and goes to Johnson. She'll give off to Crawford. She'll fire a three, no good. Almost bounded back to her, but Yates will pick it off and come back the other way. It's a 2-on-1, but Yates will go up anyway, and a charge. She had help there and went ahead and tried to do it herself, and it looked like that's what was going to happen. And sure enough, the charge is called, her second personal. 27-8, 2 minutes gone, second quarter. Carthage got out to a 7-0 start. Here's Wheeler. Backs into the middle of the lane, and Boyd grabbed it as Wheeler took her eye off things. Down to Schote. She'll go to the left corner now, start the drive back, and she's hit by Crawford. So Foul will go on Crawford, her first. It'll be Zy Clark to inbound, bounce pass. And a shot up, no good from the right hand. Missed by Boyd, and back comes Willard. Washington goes out to the wing. Mia DeVault in the game. She fires it down inside. Crawford goes up. She'll get free throws. Missed the shot. If that's on Yates, that's her third. Nope, they're going to give it to Cochran. Free throw here is no good. Got a little uneasy there because you can see one hand of the referee, the angle from where we're sitting, but I was hoping it was not a 2 and a 4 there. He was bringing to the scorer's table, but it was on Cochran. 16 fouls on each side. Crawford has 5 and still does. Missed it, but there's Wheeler on the follow, puts it up, and that's the first points of the quarter. First points of the quarter for Willard, 27-10. Here's Boyd for Carthage. She'll give it off on the wing to Schote. Schote now comes through the lane. Back across. Shot from 3 is short. Missed shot by Boyd. Ball tapped by Yates, but Washington will run it down for Willard. Under 5 to go in the first half. Washington tries to force a pass to the corner, and it's a tie-up. It'll go back to Carthage. So it'll be Boyd to bring it in. It's Yates and Schote, Youngblood and Cochran. 27-10. 27-8's been the biggest lead. Here's Yates back to the left side. Schote puts up the 3, won't crawl in. A little bit long, but it looked like it was going to get a nice bounce, but it wouldn't agree. Here's a fast break the other way and an easy walk call at the other end. Fed the ball down to DeVault, and she forgot that you have to dribble once. So the travel results, she would have had the layup had she not lost sight of what you have to do before you get to the bucket. Here's a pass to Yates and a reach around on a foul. That'll go on Scarlett Floyd. Her second. And we have a 1-and-1 now for Carthage. And Yates to the line. She already has 13 and now 14. So 28-10. Trying to go back to a 19-point lead, and there it is. So 15 in the first half and still going for Yates. 29-10. Here's Washington for Willard. Flips it over to Crawford. Crawford has a seam, now flips it back to the baseline on the right side. Give it off to Johnson. To Crawford. Wheeler. Crawford again has it. She'll fire another whirlwind jump shot of hers, and she hits it again from 3. (29-13). Here's Boyd in the front court for Carthage, and she'll give it off to Brust. Brust lost the dribble, got it back, now to Yates. She'll back it out right at the table. Here comes Boyd with it now. She drives, left side, nice little roll with the left hand, no good, and the rebound and a foul. Ball kicked out to the free throw line, and I think Brust is going to be called on a foul. And Brust will be guilty, and now Willard to the line. 3:23 left to go. And the first free throw eventually will happen. I feel like I'm doing baseball right now. And there it goes. So Johnson, her first point, she was 0 of 2 in the first quarter. Next one, and got that one. 29-15. Here comes Yates for Carthage. She's on the left wing. Now to Boyd. Back over Brunert. She'll fire a three. That one just a tad off target, bounded off the front. Pass down the other direction to Crawford. Now down inside. Layup try, no good. Second try. Johnson, no good. A lot of arms flying around, and Clark says, enough of this. She'll give it off to Yates. Yates will bring it across. 2:52 to go here in the first half. Down to Clark, just outside the lane right. She'll drive baseline, feed it under to Brunert, and a tie up there. And that'll go back to Willard. Now Schote will come in for Boyd. And Washington back in for Willard. .240 left to go. Here's Murray for Willard. Now to Washington. Started to go to the paint. Clark tapped it to half court. They're going to call an over and back. Wow, I thought Clark got a piece of it. She actually did, but they went back to retrieve it, and she was straddling the line there. That was Wheeler. And Carthage wants a timeout. They want a full timeout. So we'll take a minute right alongside as we come back here. 2:31 to go in the first half. Carthage 29, Willard 15, back and 1. Tiger basketball on Music Radio 93.5.
Just like a great coach, State Farm agent Jerry Poston at 1601 South Garrison in Carthage can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs. Whether it's car, home, life, health, or business insurance, Agent Jerry Poston can dig into the playbook and help you find the affordable coverage you need. When your life and goals change, Agent Jerry Poston will be there to help you adjust your insurance game plan with a free family insurance checkup. So, for all of your insurance needs, call on a winner. State Farm agent Jerry Poston at 1601 South Garrison or call 417-358-5052.
Local dentists Mark Westhoff and Carthage alumnus Katrina Wickland of Carthage Dental Associates cheer on our Carthage Tigers. They know that setting goals and working hard toward them are keys to every successful life, and they wish the Carthage student body and athletes the best of luck in the game and in the classroom. Carthage Dental Associates have been providing preventive and restorative general dentistry for you and your families for the last 20-plus years, and they're proud to be a part of the community and are grateful to be part of this Carthage Tiger broadcast. Go Tigers! Go Big Blue!
Carthage hasn't scored for a while. Willard's got the last 5. It's 29-15. Yates and Brunert, Clark, Schote, and Brust. Here's Schote on the right wing. Back across to Brust between the circles. Now to Yates. Yates now back to Schote. Schote goes through the lane to Brunert, now left corner. That's Brust. She'll circle back, get a screen from Clark, put it up. Partially blocked Wheeler, and Wheeler will pick it up. Back comes Willard. Driving is Crawford. She'll dish and hit. Carolina Crawford with 10. She's keeping Willard in this one. It's been a 7-0 run since 29-10. And here's a jump ball, but this will stay with Carthage. So Yates will inbound. Bounce past Clark. Bounds, puts it up short. Follow shot, no good. Wheeler on the rebound, then batted by Yates, and she'll take it. Yates in a crowd, though, drives baseline. Bank shot, no good. Offensive board initially, and then another tie-up. And this will go back to Willard. So long spell for Carthage. And Cochran will come in. She'll replace Clark, and now Boyd will come in. So all the starters, with the exception of Brunert. Brunert is in for Youngblood, figuratively, although Youngblood's been out for a while. Here is Crawford. She'll come in, the lane drive, and back out top to Washington. Back to Murray on the left wing. She'll stop at the free throw line. Now give it back to Washington. Now to Crawford, top of the key. She'll drive back to Murray. Murray about 15. That's good. And It's now a 10-point game, a 9-0 run. Lady Tigers of Willard have knocked it down to 10. It was 19. Here is Yates on the right wing. Now back over to Boyd. Final minute, 40 seconds to be exact. Here is Yates faking. And she'll give to Brunert. Now to Boyd, middle of the lane. Crash and no call. Ball loose, and it's back to Murray for Willard. Down the other side, Floyd puts up the shot short. Rebound with 22 seconds. Goes to Schote. She got slapped in the face, nothing called. Here's Schote driving, and we have a whistle, and finally a little stoppage of play. Settle down here. It's a 1-and-1 situation. It puts Schote at the line. Carolina Crawford, her second. And the first one on the way, and good. Finally, there are other numbers than 29. Willard will have the ball with 13 seconds, and Schote goes 2 of 2. 31-19, 10 seconds as Washington comes across. Had an opening for a moment, but sealed off there by Youngblood. Back out high, 3 seconds. Now a layup try is going to be good by Murray at the buzzer. Carthage opened up the lane a second time, and Murray didn't miss it. So the half is here, and it's Carthage 31, Willard 21. Take a 3-minute pause and come back. You're listening to Lady Tiger Basketball, Music Radio 93.5.
Carleton knows that it takes more than athletes to make a great team. From the coaches and teachers to parents and extended family, it takes the entire community to support our student athletes and make the Carthage Tigers a success. Webster & Carleton is a proud sponsor of this Carthage Tigers sports broadcast, and they salute everyone who are cheering for our Tigers. The law firm of Webster & Carleton, offices in Joplin, 417-781-5690. Go Tigers and go Big Blue.
Is your office ready to be a workplace of the future? Does that mean whizzing around on hoverboards and robots answering phones? Maybe, but we'd suggest trying more useful technology first. Pearson Kelly can set you up with tech that lets your whole team work from anywhere, collaborate on devices, and always have the information they need to do their job. Keeping up with technology can be stressful. We're here to simplify it for you. Whether your office has an internal IT team or not, we have options to fit your needs. Find us at pearsonkelly.com and let us make technology simple for you.
The Ross Kennard Wealth Management Group of Wells Fargo Advisors cheers on our Carthage Tigers. Financial advisors Ron Ross and Tony Kennard know that any successful team plans, works hard, and sets goals for the future. They want the best for Carthage's student body, who will be our community leaders in the coming years. The Ross Kennard Wealth Management Group of Wells Fargo Advisors is proud to be a part of this Carthage Tiger broadcast. Go Tigers! Wells Fargo Advisors is a trade name used by Wells Fargo Clearing Services, LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer, and non-bank affiliate of Wells Fargo & Company.
American Family Insurance.
As your American Family Insurance agent in Carthage, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing's wrong. This is Bob Brown from the Bob Brown Agency. Call me at 358-9715 and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
American Family Insurance.
For details, contact Robert Brown, agent at Bob Brown Agency, 417-358-9715, or stop by 1921 South Garrison Avenue in Carthage today.
Boomer's Barbecue at 1123 West Central Avenue in Carthage cheers on our Carthage Tigers. From the coaches to the parents and teachers, it takes a lot of effort to help our student athletes and the rest of the student body reach their goals. And Boomer's Barbecue salutes all who make our Tigers great. Boomers is proud to be a sponsor of this broadcast, and they thank you for your business over the years. Once a Tiger, always a Tiger. Carthage alumni Willie Wagner and the entire crew at Boomer's Barbecue say, go Tigers, go Blue.
In athletics, keeping score is required to separate winning from losing. In business, accounting is the art of keeping score of financial matters. The team at the certified public accounting firm of Schmidt Associates wants to be your financial score-keeping specialist. If your current method of keeping score doesn't measure up, call Schmidt Associates at 358-6090 to determine if professional accounting will benefit your business. Properly designed accounting and payroll services are an investment that will keep your business in the winner's circle. Schmidt Associates, more than checks and balances.
Willard, the first of two tonight, is senior night here in Willard, so we'll have that in between games. We'll cover it best we can, so we're hoping it won't take a whole lot of time, but this game here started out with Carthage jumping out to a 7-0 lead and then kept expanding on it. It's 10 points, 13 points on the lead. That was on two occasions, and they got it to 16. Got it to 19 at 27-8. Then a trade of baskets, 29-10. But then Willard ended up with a 9-0 run before Schote got a pair of free throws late in the half. That made it a 12-point game, and then Willard got a layup at the buzzer by Elise Murray to make it a 31-21 game. Carthage came into this action with an 8-14 record. They are 2-6. And then, actually, it's Carthage at 10-13, 2-5, 2-6 is Willard's mark, and they come in with a record of 8-14. Girls will play Monday night in Neosho, and then the districts will start on March the 1st. It's very unusual. Maybe it could be a new way of doing things, but talking to the athletic director here before the game, and he was saying that something Misha is going to try to institute every year is start midweek and then it's kind of a compressed little schedule, but it's kind of I sat there and figured it out how they're going to do it. It looks like, so it's going to be like 4 games one night, 2 the next, and then 1 and 2 different sites is what Misha has on the District 5 here, for which Carthage is involved in, and it's one of those situations. The girls are supposed to be in Nixa. This is what it says on the website, and then the boys will play at Ozark. So that way, instead of having the whole week committed, you can get everything done probably in 3 nights. Start Wednesday, semis Thursday, and then the championships on Friday. So it might work out. So trying the new things, as Carthage and Willard here are at the half of the girls' game by a score of 31-21. On the boys' action, they are at 13-10 and 3-4 overall, and Willard is at 9-14, and they are 3-4 in conference play. We'll take another break. We'll go 2 minutes and come back. You're listening to Lady Tiger Basketball and Music Radio 93.5. I had to. I talked out of my stuff.
And the winner is
proud to bring Carthage High School sports this school year. Competition builds good character in our students, and a sense of teamwork and good sportsmanship only serve to make our student athletes better citizens. The employees and management at Wood Ford say, "Go Blue, go Tigers," and remember, Wood Ford delivers competitive deals every day. There's no need to leave Carthage to find a good deal on a new or pre-owned vehicle. Wood Ford, part of Wood Motor Company, a solid name you can trust.
Where will you be in 4 years? At Missouri Southern State University, we're here to help you achieve your life goals. Small class sizes allow you to develop a more personal relationship with your instructors and practice your skills in immersive environments. From a healthcare simulation center to crime scene investigation, state-of-the-art science labs, a mock courtroom, and much more. Study abroad opportunities can help you develop a global mindset. Learn more about our high-quality educational opportunities at mssu.edu.
Dick Insurance is a proud supporter of the Carthage Tigers. Successful teams select great members, develop a solid game plan, and purchase the best equipment for the game. Dick Insurance applies this same philosophy when developing an insurance program to insure your Carthage Tiger family or business. When looking for insurance, the right agent for your team is Dick Insurance. Give Dick a call at 417-358-4007. Go Big Blue! Joe Ryder, your Carthage area Edward Jones financial advisor, understands the importance of setting long-term goals and building towards them each and every day through diligent hard work. Whether it's in the game or in the classroom, Joe wants the best of our student athletes and the rest of the student body. Joe has always supported the Carthage Tigers and is proud to be part of the community. Joe Ryder of Edward Jones at 2142 South Garrison in Carthage says, "Go Tigers, go!" Member SIPC.
We have Lauren Schote. She has 5. And Brunert with 3. 2 for Clark. 2 for Boyd. 3 for Cochran. And 15 for Yates. It's Murray for Willard. She has 7. 2 for Johnson. 10 for Crawford. And we have 2 for Wheeler. So about ready to start here the second half, so we'll go ahead and stay here. As Carthage got out to a 7-0 lead. Had 2 19-point leads, 27-8 and 29-10. But then Willard went on a 9-0 run there toward the end of the half. Actually turns out to be an 11-2 run. And they've knocked it down to a 10-point game at 31-21. And Willard will come out with their starters, Murray, Howard, Crawford, Washington, and Floyd. It'll be Carthage, I believe, will inbound it to start. It'll be Boyd along with Yates, Youngblood, Schote, and Cochran. They give it off to Carthage as they go from left to right from our vantage point. We're opposite the scores table. Of course, if you're on the video, you can tell, but if you're listening the old-fashioned way, obviously you can't. Here is a shot and a foul as Youngblood forced it up and drew some free throws.
Foul shot number 41, Scarlett Floyd.
Goes on Floyd, her 3rd. Free throw here is no good.
Johnson in the game for Willard.
It's already a quick substitution. Kennedy Johnson in for Willard. And the second try, Youngblood, that's good. So she is 2 of 4 at the line. 32-21. Here's Murray. Down to Johnson, back to Murray on the wing. She'll move to the top of the key. Now to Washington. She'll drive, strip to the ball. Did it go out of bounds? Yes, it'll stay with Willard. Thought maybe Washington got it back there for a split second, but inbound they go. Out to Washington. She'll give it back down to Crawford. Now over to Johnson. Her shot won't crawl in. Rebound off to Boyd. Boyd, long pass down to Youngblood. Lays it up short. A rebound taken back by the Lady Tigers of Willard. Bring it to the left wing. Now to Howard. She zigzags, goes to the left corner. Murray's going to try a three over there. That's not going to go. Youngblood will pick it out of the air. And she'll give to Boyd. Boyd back over on the left wing. Schote fakes a shot, then throws it right to the opposing player. That's Murray. Murray will bring it back and let the defender go by and lay it in. Murray coming alive late in the second quarter and now gets a bucket here, and it's under 10 on the lead. Carthage has seen that 19-point lead get knocked off by 10. Here's Youngblood. Back to Boyd. Boyd now starts a move, drive, scoop shot, foul. When in doubt, fire it up and hope the other team isn't set, and that's what happened there. Foul called. Well, now they're going to say that's on the floor. I don't know how, but anyway. She put the shot up. It's going to be inbounded by Carthage. Foul was on Howard. Inbound two, and a shot short from Boyd. Wheeler trying to get rid of the ball, and finally does get it to Murray. Lob pass to Washington. Washington down underneath Johnson. Count it, and a foul. This game could be trimmed down to 6.
Foul spot number 15, Maggie Boyd.
Boyd on the foul. Her second.
Timeout, Carthage.
And Carthage wants a timeout.
Good evening, Willard alumni. Please take a few minutes.
And they want a 30-second timeout. And we'll take 30 along with them. It's 32-25 with a free throw pending for Willard back in 30. Lady Tiger Basketball, Music Radio 93.5.
Companies of Whistler's Hamburgers and Daylight Donut cheer on our Tigers. They're proud to be part of this Carthage Tigers broadcast. Hard work, diligence, and persistence give big rewards in life. So make it count, Tigers. The owners and employees at Whistler's and Daylight Donut want only the best for our Tigers and the entire student body. Whistler's Hamburgers and Daylight Donut. Dine in or carry out at all locations in Carthage. Go Tigers. Go Big Blue. Sponsored by Drew Evans Investments.
6:04 to go, second quarter. Willard inching their way back into this, and the free throw is now a 6-point game. 32-26. Two minutes gone. Here is Yates. She had 15 in the first half. She'll drive, give it off on the corner. Boyd now back to Yates, fakes a three. Now fires cross court. Schote's going to try a three. That one's no good off the back. Rebound to Johnson. And here's a scrum and a whistle. That's going to go to Willard anyway. So Willard will keep the possession. It'll be Washington to toss it in. She'll give it to Crawford. Crawford now back into Washington. Banker is good. First two for her. It's a 4-point game, 32-28. One time it was 29-10 Carthage. Here is Yates. Back over to Schote on the wing. Now to Youngblood. She'll drive, middle of the lane, ball knocked away, and here comes Washington. Bounce pass ahead to Crawford. She puts it up short. Ball loose in the lane. Murray can't get it to fall. And another try and a whistle on the rebound. Yates looks like she was going to win it out, but I think they called a foul. It'll go to Carthage anyway. It goes on Murray. So Elise Murray on the foul. They haven't posted it. That's her first. Carthage was only 3 points since late second quarter when they led 29-10. Boyd off to Schote on the left wing. Goes left, drives through a triple team and a whistle and an elbow. It'll be on Willard. That'll be their fourth foul. Carolina Crawford. That's 3 for her. Howard will take over for Crawford. Crawford, one of their better shooters. So up to 3. They get it out high on the inbound to Schote. Off to Yates. She'll fire a three. That one's going to go air ball. And tap in try. Another tap try, but it goes to Willard. Get it to half court to Murray. Murray will come across. Out high to Howard. She'll move right, now back left. Here's Washington, thought about a three, but she'll come with it to the right of the lane. She'll drive, and it will not go, but a foul. The foul before the shot to be on Brunert. Number 1 on her, team foul 2. Here's Washington, now back over on the right side, Murray. In the arc, now back up top. Round to the left wing, Wheeler. Wheeler drives baseline, throws it up, and she's fouled. That'll be on Cochran. That's 2 on her. And 2 shots for Wheeler to try to make it a 2-point game. Carly Wheeler with only 2, and now 3. That's her first attempt at the free throw line. Here's the next one, and it goes. It's 32-30, Carthage. A 19-point lead is evaporated down to 2. Here's a 3-try Shote. That one won't crawl in. And Yates tries for the rebound, but they say it is off of Murray. So Carthage a reprieve for this trip. Out they go to Brunert. Back to Yates on the right corner. Kiana tries a drive, in trouble, now gets to the wing, Shote. Shote now back up top, Boyd. Back to Yates. Yates hounded there by Washington, spins through trouble, now back up top. 3-point try, too long, that goes from Boyd. And Wheeler with a chance for Willard to tie the game. Down they go to Howard, and it goes short. The rebound back to Boyd, and a steal by Washington, and the ball won't bound in there. Washington races to get the rebound. Ball tipped by Shote, out of bounds. So it'll stay with Willard. Clark is in, and so is Brust for Carthage. Bound and Wheeler, shot is in for a tie game. Well, Carthage got out to a 7-0 lead, led by as many as 19, and now it's 32-32. 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Here's Yates. She'll drive, she'll lay it up, it's short. Fight for the rebound, Wheeler wins it out, and back comes Willard again. Down to Howard, feed through the hands of Johnson, it goes out of bounds. That's a fortunate miss right there. And now timeout is called. Timeout by Willard. And we don't know what kind, it's a full timeout. 2:50 left to go, we're tied at 32 here in the third quarter. First of 2 tonight, back here in 1 minute. Lady Tiger Basketball, Music Radio 93.5.
A sense of belonging. The wisdom of our grandparents is passed down through our parents and then on to future generations through our children. The love of a family never grows old. It just grows. A love that lasts forever. The Nell Mortuary in Carthage, locally owned since 1882.
See our ad in names and numbers.
Just as an athletic team relies on teamwork to reach its goals, a business depends on its staff to complement each other's strengths and function as a team to achieve its goals. The certified public accounting firm of Schmidt Associates wants to be a member of your team and help you reach your financial goals. Their small business accounting, payroll, and advisory services could help ensure your financial success. Call Schmidt Associates at 358-6090. Schmidt Associates, more than checks and balances.
32-32. And here is Yates trying to drive through trouble. Cut off on Just outside the right of the lane into Clark. She spins. The ball won't roll in. Ball tapped out. Follow try, bank shot, no good. Third try for Carthage. Yates fires a three. That's off to the right. Wheeler on the rebound. Chance for Willard to get their first lead. Here's Murray. She'll hand to Wheeler. Back to Murray on the left corner. She'll go through the lane, now back up top. That's Howard. She'll back away. Top of the key, now move to the right side. Back to Murray on the right wing. Comes driving baseline, stripped to the ball. And back off of Willard out of bounds. It's been a 22-3 run since that 19-point advantage. Here's Boyd for Carthage. They've scored only 3 points in this quarter, and we're down at under 2 minutes. Here is a long three by Brunert, no good. No rebounding so far in this quarter for Carthage. Here's Washington. Off to Murray. Back to Howard, to Johnson. Johnson just outside the paint. Up high to Washington. She'll throw it out high with 1:28 to go. Off to Murray. Comes to the left of the free throw circle. Washington for three, and it's good. So Washington, her first three, and that's the first Willard lead, 35-32. Here is Brunert. She'll drive, she'll put it up. That's an air ball. And here's Washington. Feed down to the corner, Murray on the right side. Back to Washington, to Wheeler. She's going to fire one, and she hits. An unbelievable turnaround in this one. 38-32 Willard. 28-3 run. Here's Schote to Brunert. Back over on the right side. That's Boyd. Boyd will try a three, and that one's too long. Again, nobody there on the offensive board. Here's Murray. She'll drive, put it up short, and hit. That's 11 for her. And all of a sudden, it is an 8-point Willard lead. Here is 7 seconds on the clock. A long three, Schote. That's an air ball. And it's going to give Willard 3 seconds to work the court. Carthage just scored 1 point, half-court shot, and that one almost went in by Washington. So Carthage had one free throw, and that's all they had in this quarter. At 1 point in the second, they led 29-10. Now they're behind 40-32. Back here in 1 minute with the fourth quarter. This is Lady Tiger Basketball Music Radio 93.5.
Tony Williams State Farm Insurance is a proud supporter of Carthage Tiger Athletics. If life has fouled you out of the game or you just need better coverage, Tony Williams and his experienced team can help get you back in the game with the best coverage for your specific needs. Auto, home, life, business, and more. In the office, over the phone, or online, there's several ways to get a free quote today. Tony Williams State Farm Insurance, located at 2232 Grand Avenue. Tony Williams says, go Tigers!
Carthage alumni and lifelong resident Levi Utter with Keller Williams Realty has been helping folks of Carthage and surrounding communities with all their real estate needs since 2014. Striving to meet the needs of his clients and helping them achieve their goals are what his business is built upon. Give him a call today at 417-540-6565 to see how Levi can help you with your next move. Levi Utter with Keller Williams Realty wishes all the Carthage Tiger student athletes a healthy and successful school year during this sports season and in the classroom. Go Big Blue.
The fourth quarter, at 1 point it was 29-10 Carthage. Since then it's been 30-3 Willard, and they lead by 8. Carthage with possession. Youngblood driving, layup high off the glass, no good. Here comes Washington back for Willard. She'll go coast to coast, layup too strong. Rebound bounds back to Willard. They're getting almost every rebound on both ends in this half. Here's Washington after a couple of tips around. Back to Crawford for three. That one's no good. Schote on the rebound. Long pass to Youngblood, but it's too far, and it goes out of bounds. Schott and Youngblood, Cochran, along with Boyd and Yates. Yates had 13 points in the first quarter. She had a pair of free throws in the second. She got shut out in the third. Carthage couldn't miss in that first quarter. Here's Murray. Brings it down to Johnson. Back to Washington, around to the right wing. Now to the corner, back to the wing. Shot off, no good. Rebound to Yates. Minute gone in the final quarter. Yates down to Schott. Schott now to Boyd. Boyd back to Yates. She'll try a three, and that one is not going to go. Washington. It's one shot and out this entire half pretty much. Here's Murray. Washington now to Wheeler. Wheeler on the baseline. Ball tipped out and knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Willard. Knocked out of bounds by Youngblood. Inbounding will be Murray, left of the goal. Back to Wheeler, puts up the shot. That's off the back, no good. Again, a rebound, but this time the pass is stolen. Here goes Schott putting it up and hitting. And a foul. That could be a start. Schott threw it up and it decided to fall in. And it's 40-34. That's the first field goal of the half. As Washington called on the foul, her third. 5 fouls on Willard. The free throw no good. 6-point game. Here goes Johnson. She puts it up and it doesn't find the mark. Carthage on the rebound this time. Boyd. She'll bring it over. Down in the lane. Schott lost the ball, but there's Cochran to pick it up, but she missed it. Fortunate bounce, but couldn't finish the shot. Other end, there's a shot missed by Johnson. It's getting sloppy on both sides now. Here is Boyd. She goes to the baseline on the right, now moves to the corner. The Schott, cross court Yates. And Yates back over to Boyd. Boyd head fakes, goes to the top of the key with it. 5:50 remaining in the game. To Yates, back to Schott. She'll fake a three. Youngblood. Step in. Now back up top, it'll be Cochran for a three. Bang! And it's down to a one-possession game, 40-37. Here's Washington. Back to Wheeler baseline. Pass through the lane, stolen. And then stolen right back on a steal, Washington. She'll score. Carthage got the steal. That was a case where you probably just could have hung on to it for a few seconds till you got some help. Washington took it right back and put it in. And a timeout. 30-second timeout for Willard. So each team with 2 full timeouts and a 30-second timeout. Senior night here at Willard, so they'll have their ceremony between games, and likely we'll have the same thing on the boys' game Tuesday night when the team goes to Neosho. This will be our last regular season look at the girls, and then we'll pick them up in the districts, which begin on March the 1st for the boys, and the girls play, I believe, on the 2nd. So Carthage will go length of the court following the timeout. They're down by 5. Here is Kiana Yates. 5:20 to go. She'll go almost to the paint, left side. Ball bounds around and picked up by Floyd. Here comes Willard back with it. Back over to the front court. Got people in our way right now, so we apologize. Here is Howard with the ball. Finally spotted somebody with the basketball. Looking at everybody else. Now to Wheeler. Wheeler to Washington. Back over to Murray. Murray goes to the right corner, now back out wing to Washington. 42-37 Willard, 4:35 to go in the game. As Willard trying to work it around and kill some time. Now Washington finds Murray open. She goes to the hole, puts it up, no good. And Boyd will get it. 4:20 to go here in the game. Here goes Boyd. Now goes out to the corner with it, still on the dribble, finally gets it to Schote. Schote gives it off to Yates. Yates pops from the free throw line and can't find the mark. She's been just as cold as she was hot here in this second half. Pass to half court. They get it off to Washington. Now back over to Howard. In turn to Murray, and she'll hold it for a while. 3:48 to go, so time ticking away. Willard doing at least a good job of knocking some seconds off. Here's Washington. And she'll hand to Murray. Murray will go to the left wing, come to the baseline, give it off to Wheeler, and force a jump ball, but it'll stay with Willard. So at 3:33, Willard will keep possession. And they lead 42-37. At one time they had trailed 29-10. They had a 19-1 third quarter. Carthage had a free throw, and that was it. Carthage led by 10 going into the second half. Here's a pick by Yates. She'll bring it back the other way. Behind the back dribble. Ahead to Clark. Clark baseline, throws it up and rejected, but it goes out of bounds off of Willard anyway. So at least the possession is preserved. Here's Yates. Bounce pass Clark. She'll put it up. She'll get some free throws. And the foul will be on Floyd. That's her fourth. So Clark to the line. And anyway, anyhow, to try to erase this 5-point deficit. Here's the free throw. Too long, off to the left. Second one, quickly puts it up and hits. Clark with 3 points. 42-38. Washington for Willard. Will give it to Murray. Now back on the right of the lane to Kennedy. It's Kennedy Johnson. Back off to Washington. She'll go through the lane with it. Now to Howard, whistle, and it'll be on Yates. That'll be her third. Team foul 4. So Carthage can still give a couple. Inbound they go. Here's Crawford, feeds it and picked off by Yates. Yates will come back the other way. She'll go under a defender and lay it up and hit it. That's her first field goal since the first quarter. She has 17. 42-40 Willard. Here's a quick shot down underneath. It's no good. Clark on the rebound. Chance for the tie. Yates will get it. 2:35 to go. Back to Boyd, now to Yates. Fakes a three. In and out of the arc, and then a pass to Boyd, and she went the wrong direction and couldn't recover in time. And chance to tie, and right now they're going to have to hope for another miss at the other end or a steal. So Yates and Boyd along with Schote, Youngblood, and looks like Brunert. Pass to Murray for Willard. Comes across, gives to Washington with 2:15 to go. 42-40 Willard. Here is a reach and a foul on Yates. That's her fourth. So
Fouls on number 24, counting Yates. Team fifth.
foul number 5. So Yates will have to watch it. Willard up by 2. Murray trying to inbound. Get it to Washington. Washington back over to Murray. Murray hitching the get along, now moves to the right corner. Gives to Howard, she stumbles, got it back. And she'll give it off to Crawford. Crawford lost the ball, and we have a push.
Calls on number 15, Maggie Boyd.
That'll be on Boyd. 3 on her, 6 fouls on each team. Under 2 with 1:49. Here's Crawford. Looks, throws it across. Here's Johnson with a jumper, no good. Back to Washington. That shot won't go. Another chance for Carthage to tie. Bruner gets the rebound. Goes to Schote. She'll circle, go to the middle of the lane, open, and the shot rejected. Last second hustle there by Washington as the layup was open for just a split second, but Bruner had it knocked away, so Yates will have to throw it in. Youngblood back to Yates, and we have a whistle before the shot. Apparently it went on Carthage. Charge. That's on Bruner. So another trip that goes awry, trying to tie this game. Bruner, her second. 1:22 remaining. Pass to Washington. Now back over to Murray. And Murray moves it to the left side to Crawford. Crawford has an opening. Now she throws it across. And here's a whistle, and there's a foul again. This will put Willard to the line at 101. Boyd on the foul. That's 4. So Yates and Boyd with 4 fouls. 1-1 for Washington. Clark back in for Youngblood. And the free throw is good. And Washington with 8. Try to make it a 2-trip game on the second shot. And she does. 44-40. Here's Schote. She'll come down to the corner left, out to Boyd. Here's Schote faking, coming. Back over to Bruner for a jumper. Good. And it's now a 2-point game again at 44-42. They didn't call a timeout. And here we go. Here's a steal, maybe. Nope. Bruner couldn't handle it. She tipped it, but couldn't run it down. So Willard keeps it with 30 seconds to go. Here's a pass to Washington as Willard happily throwing it around here now finally. Schote reaches in and fouls with 22 seconds. So it will be with 22 seconds and a 1-1. Murray, she has 11. Free throw here is good. So now you need a 3. Definitely hope for a miss here, but it's not to be. 46-42, and timeout for Carthage. So we'll go ahead and take a 1-minute pause. 22 seconds to go. Willard 46, Carthage 42. Back in a minute. Lady Tiger basketball, Music Radio 93.5.
Owners and staff at Grace Lanes, just east of the Carthage Square, wish the Carthage Tigers a successful year, not only in athletics, but also in the classroom. They look forward to our young students achieving their goals and the promises of tomorrow. Grace Lanes is proud to be a part of the Carthage Tiger broadcast, and they remind you about bowling leagues on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday evenings and Saturday mornings. Or stop by for an ice cream and a smoke-free bowling experience Monday through Saturday. For more information, go to gracelanes.com. Go Tigers!
Clothesline Cleaners and Car Center of Carthage are proud sponsors of this Carthage Tiger broadcast. It takes a community to make a successful team, and our Tigers are no exception. Clothesline Cleaners, under brand new ownership, is a full-service laundry and dry cleaner right here in town. And Car Center of Carthage next to the cleaners, where everyone is approved. At the corner of Garrison and Centennial, Clothesline Cleaners and Car Center of Carthage give a big salute to our Tigers. Go Blue!
Jay Builders is rooting on all our Carthage.
Carthage down 2 trips, 46-42 with 22 seconds to go, and they'll have to go length of the court to start this resumption. It is Yates. And she'll bring it up behind the back dribble. 16 seconds to go. Yates giving it back to Boyd. Bruner high 3, no good. And that's probably enough right there. 7 seconds. And a foul. And Willard will go back to the line. It'll be automatic 2. This is the 10th foul. So since it was 29-10 Carthage has scored only 13 points, and Willard has come back with 36. It'll be Murray to the line. And the first free throw is good. Second free throw, that one bounds around and decides to go. 48-42 with 5 seconds. Willard's going to win this one, coming back from 19 points down. Shot is no good. And the girls, Willard takes it on their senior night, 48-42. We'll take a 2-minute break and come back. You're listening to Lady Tiger Basketball on Music Radio 93.5.
The Carthage Square wishes the Carthage Tigers a successful year, not only in athletics but also in the classroom. The owners, management, and staff at Roscoe's know that hard work and diligent effort are keys to achieving goals, and they look forward to those young students embracing their challenges of tomorrow and contributing back to our community as good citizens. Roscoe's is proud to be a part of the Carthage Tiger broadcast, and they cheer on our Carthage Tigers. Go Blue! Go Tigers! If your lawn is completely wild, it's time to bring in Turf Tamers and create a green turf that's calm and lovely. Turf Tamers will rid your lawn of the unwanted weeds and unsightly, funky grasses that have made your lawn a wild kingdom. Give them a call at 417-434-0810. When they arrive, you just leave it to them to tame that turf and have your neighbors admiring it. Turf Tamers, the name says it all. Turf Tamers, 417-434-0810.
Carthage Tiger Sports.
Between games, senior night here in Willard, and Willard, who trailed at one time 29-10 late in the second quarter, rallied to make it a 10-point game at 31-21, had a 9-0 run, and then eventually an 11-2 run to close out the half, and then they held Carthage to 1 point. That was in the third quarter as Willard scored 19. They took the lead 40-32 after 3. And then ended up winning by a score of 48-42. So let's go ahead and go back for a break, and we'll take a 2-minute timeout. And this is Lady Tiger Basketball, Music Radio 93.5.
Teamwork, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. Dr. Michael Woody and the team at Peachtree Dental support all of the players and coaches that make Tiger sports so great. They offer a full range of treatment options that can be personalized to meet your unique needs and expectations, including orthodontics for all ages. Peachtree Dental always welcomes new patients of every age. For a better dental experience, give Peachtree Dental a call at 358-2233. Go Tigers!
Zyder Tax Service loves cheering on our Carthage Tigers. Mike and all the staff know our student athletes have worked hard this year, and they give a big hand to everyone who has helped and encouraged the Tigers to have a successful season. Zyder Tax Services, serving Carthage and the surrounding area with tax planning and preparation for individuals and businesses, is proud to be one of the locally owned businesses that support your Carthage Tigers broadcasts. Join Mike Zyder, CPA, and the rest of Zyder Tax Services as they cheer on our Tigers. Go Tigers!
Your local Farmers Insurance agent, Kelly Out, is proud to be a part of the Carthage community and knows that planning for the future makes all the difference in a person's life. The personal values of hard work, truth, and honesty will help our young students become good citizens and the leaders of tomorrow. Kelly Out, your local Farmers Insurance agent with offices just off the Carthage Square at 231 East 4th Street, is a proud sponsor of this Carthage Tiger broadcast and says, Go Tigers!
The owners, staff, and management at Sirloin Stockade wish the Carthage Tigers a successful year, not only in athletics but also in the classroom. Sirloin Stockade knows that hard work and diligent effort are keys to achieving goals, and they look forward to those young students embracing the challenges of tomorrow. Sirloin Stockade is proud to be part of the Carthage Tiger broadcast, and they remind you to stop by before the game or during the weekend for a delicious meal that's just as good as home cooked. Sirloin Stockade, 1027 West Central in Carthage.
The point totals for Carthage, Lauren showed at 7. Jordan Bruner at 5. Zy Clark 3. 2 for Maggie Boyd. 3 for Landry Cochran. 17 for Yates. 15 of those in the first half. And Lexi Youngblood had 2. On the Willard side, Elise Murray had 15. Kennedy Johnson 5, 10 for Carolina Crawford, 9 for Kaylin Washington, and 7 for Carly Wheeler.
When asked about her favorite memory of high school career, she responded, "Our walk-in 2 years ago."
At the outset, Carthage got out to a terrific start, 7-0. Then it went to 9-2, and 12-2, 15-2. Just kept growing. 18-5, 21-5. 23-5, and then on 2 occasions it was 19 points at 27-8 and 29-10. But after that, Willard had an 11-2 finish to the second quarter, got it down to 31-21 Carthage, and then outscored Carthage 19-1 in the third quarter. So obviously there's your difference as Willard wins the girls game by a score of 48-42. We'll take a 3-minute pause this time and come back. This is Lady Tiger Basketball Music Radio 93.5.
Dr. Manzer and staff know that striving for one's goals are the key to success in life, and they want our students to be the best both in and out of the game. Manzer Family Medicine is a comprehensive multi-specialty practice that is physician-owned and patient-driven. They have locations in Missouri and Kansas, with the Carthage Urgent Care open 7 days a week for you and your family when you need care the most. For more information, find them on Facebook or manzerfamilymedicine.com. Go Tigers!
Just like a great coach, State Farm agent Jerry Poston at 1601 South Garrison in Carthage can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs. Whether it's car, home, life, health, or business insurance, Agent Jerry Poston can dig into the playbook and help you find the affordable coverage you need. When your life and goals change, Agent Jerry Poston will be there to help you adjust your insurance game plan with a free family insurance checkup. So, for all of your insurance needs, call on a winner. State Farm agent Jerry Poston at 1601 South Garrison or call 417-358-5052.
Let Community National Bank and Trust be the co-captain of your team at home. As a proud sponsor of the Carthage Tiger broadcasts and a solid member of our community, Community National Bank and Trust can be counted on to provide you top-notch service. As a conservative and solid bank, they offer competitive loan rates and checking and saving accounts geared to reward you. Community National Bank and Trust is there to be a reliable teammate for you and your family. The local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to serve you. Community National Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Odds Food Products is proud of our student athletes and supports this broadcast of the Carthage Tigers. It takes everyone working together to make a great team, and that applies to Odds Food Products as well. You've known Odds' stellar reputation for over 70 years and appreciate the consistent quality of their salad dressings and barbecue sauces. Check out their products at your local grocery store. It's all good at Odds. Odds is glad to be a part of the Carthage community. Go Tigers, go Big Blue.
17 to honor tonight. They've worked their way through the basketball players on both sides, and now they're going through the cheerleaders. We can kind of do a little overview of the Carthage boys game, which is coming up. They're 13-10, 3-4 in the conference. Willard had a definite down year for them. They're at 9-14, and they are 3-4 in the conference play, and they're actually a game behind, I think, everybody, as is Ozark, because they had that little storm that they had, fortunately for them, I guess, not for us, but that 1 week where they got all the ice and snow. That game was postponed, so they got to make that up before the season is out. We take a look at the records on the boys' side for the districts, which is Class 6 District 5. We've got Carthage at 13-10. Springfield Central at 14-8, Joplin 14-9, Kickapoo 16-7, and Neosho at 18-5, Nixa undefeated 23-0, Ozark at 11-13, and Republic at 20-3. And you look down that list, everyone except Kickapoo and Neosho Carthage has faced. Neosho, that game will be down there on Tuesday night. We'll be there for that one. But all the other teams, except for Ozark, Carthage has fell to. They lost to Central, lost the conference game. They actually lost 2-1 in the tournament, then the conference game to Joplin. Had Nixa and Republic both on the ropes, but couldn't quite get over the hump on both of those games. Otherwise, those would have been tremendous upsets. It was a great effort Friday night against Nixa, and the previous Friday at Republic, where they rallied within 4, but then faded away there toward the end. But a legitimate chance to win that one on Friday night, but just an unfortunate pass went off the wrong fingers and then into the hands of a Nixa player, and he just ran the clock out once he got it, as Carthage had their chance with an inbound pass and plenty of time to work it around for the shot. So it looks like, overview of the records here, Carthage probably will land at number 7, and that most likely will be Republic as the number 2 seed. So that'll be a tough road. So they'll have a rematch, try to get them back, but that'll be district play, which will be taking place in Ozark, and that gets underway on March the 1st. We'll take a 3.5-minute break and then come back. You're listening to still tail end of the girls' action here for our doubleheader, which is won by Willard 48-42 back in 3.5 minutes. This is Lady Tiger Basketball Music Radio 93.5.
Tom Garrison Construction knows what it takes to build a winning team. Hard work, commitment, knowledge, and accountability. Garrison Construction is a proud sponsor of Carthage Tiger Sports and congratulates all of the student athletes on their hard work and dedication. Garrison Construction excels at remodels, metal buildings, roofing, and custom homes. Garrison Construction, serving Carthage and the surrounding area since 2006. Garrison Construction says, go Tigers.
Wood, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram cheer on our Tigers. They want to recognize the hard work and sacrifices that the parents and coaches and their families make to help our student athletes be their best during and between games. And don't forget, the next time you're in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, keep Wood, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in mind. Parts, service, sales, and financing, everything in one place. Save a trip and shop Carthage. Wood, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, part of Wood Motor Company. A solid name you can trust. Go Tigers!
Bimdick Insurance is a proud supporter of the Carthage Tigers. Successful teams select great members, develop a solid game plan, and purchase the best equipment for the game. Bimdick Insurance applies this same philosophy when developing an insurance program to insure your Carthage Tiger family or business. When looking for insurance, the right agent for your team is Bimdick Insurance. Give Bimdick a call at 417-358-4007. Go Big Blue!
Is your office ready to be a workplace of the future? Does that mean whizzing around on hoverboards and robots answering phones? Maybe, but we'd suggest trying more useful technology first. Pearson Kelly can set you up with tech that lets your whole team work from anywhere, collaborate on devices, and always have the information they need to do their job. Keeping up with technology can be stressful. We're here to simplify it for you. Whether your office has an internal IT team or not, we have options to fit your needs. Find us at pearsonkelly.com and let us make technology simple for you.
The law firm of Webster & Carlton knows that it takes more than athletes to make a great team. From the coaches and teachers to parents and extended family, it takes the entire community to support our student athletes and make the Carthage Tigers a success. Webster & Carlton is a proud sponsor of this Carthage Tigers sports broadcast, and they salute everyone who are cheering for our Tigers. The law firm of Webster & Carlton, offices in Joplin, 417-781-5690. Go Tigers and go Big Blue!
Telling someone you love them with McDonald's deal is as rare as it is special, since it's best shown by giving up the last bite, because a gesture like that is a true act of selflessness.
The hot and spicy McChicken sandwich is back, and when you buy one, you can mix and match another, a cheeseburger or a regular McChicken for just $1 on McDonald's D123 menu. Limited time offer. Price and participation may vary. Cannot combine with any other offer or combo meal.
Your Carthage McDonald's restaurants, owned by the Marshall Rice family, a proud supporter of the Carthage Tigers.
In athletics, keeping score is required to separate winning from losing. In business, accounting is the art of keeping score of financial matters. The team at the certified public accounting firm of Schmidt Associates wants to be your financial score-keeping specialist. If your current method of keeping score doesn't measure up, call Schmidt Associates at 358-6090 to determine if professional accounting will benefit your business. Properly designed accounting and payroll services are an investment that will keep your business in the winner's circle. Schmidt Associates, more than checks and balances.
Few minutes after we find out how much time they're going to put on this game clock and then count it down to the boys' game. As the Willard Lady Tigers won the game, rallied from a 19-point deficit and won it by a score of 48-42. And we'll come back here in 30 seconds with our Wilkinson Pharmacy play of the game. In 30 seconds, this is Lady Tiger Basketball, Music Radio 93.5.
Supporter of the Carthage Tigers and tonight's play of the game. It takes hard work, good practice habits, and dedication to succeed in sports and in life. And everyone at Wilkinson Pharmacy is proud of our Carthage Tigers for all their efforts on and off the field. Wilkinson Pharmacy and their knowledgeable staff work hard to bring you the best possible products and services every day. So go see them for all your pharmacy needs. Located at 2017 South Garrison, or give them a call at 358-4840. Wilkinson Pharmacy says, go Big Blue.
And the play of the game, brought to you by Wilkinson Pharmacy, came, unfortunately, by the opposing team. After a long climb back, Willard tied the game in the third quarter at 32 apiece. And after another Carthage miss, they had a lot of one-and-dones in that third quarter. Carthage went down. Kaylin Washington, who didn't show any signs of shooting threes, fired a three top of the key, swished it home, gave Willard the lead. And they eventually built it up to 8 at the end of the quarter at 40-32. And Carthage had two chances in the fourth quarter when it was a 2-point game. Turned it over once, missed a shot on another, and then Willard from the foul line. I don't know if it was the last 6 points, but the last 4 points were Elise Murray. She ended up with 15 total points, and she was 4 of 4 in about the final minute of the game. Going over the scoring again, it was 23-8 Carthage after one, and then they led 27-8, and then a trade of buckets made it 29-10, and then it was a 9-0 run before Carthage scored their last bucket of the half, and then Murray had a wide open layup at the buzzer. That made it 31-21 at the half. And then I mentioned that Willard shortly thereafter in the third quarter caught Carthage, and then the three-pointer by Washington gave them the lead, and they never looked back on that. Now they're having youth basketball honored right now, so we may be a while before we get out of here tonight. So what we'll do, we'll go ahead and play the closing theme for this one, and we'll try to come back here in approximately 15 minutes, so about 7:45. If they come on sooner, we'll let you know and get on here for the boys' game, but we'll take it back to the studio for some music and then come back around 7:45 for the boys' game. And they may be honoring the sanitation department before we come on, or something before everybody's out here tonight and marching across the floor except the players. The final score here, Willard 42, the Lady Tigers of 48, the Lady Tigers of Carthage 42. So we'll say goodbye here and come back here in about 15 to 20 minutes with the boys' game.
National Bank and Trust is a proud sponsor of this Carthage Tiger basketball opening tip-off. Loyalty, hard work, and dedication are key elements of any successful team. And Community National Bank and Trust appreciates everyone's efforts in making the Carthage Tigers a success this year. As a valued member of the Carthage community, Community National Bank and Trust is there to be a reliable teammate for you and your family. The local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to serve you. Community National Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
We apologize. Some over-anxious kids yanked our cord out, and we're ready to go now. The game is underway. Tip was brought to you by Community National Bank, and Clay Kinder feeds underneath the Cruz Caster and puts it in for the first two of the night. So we'll catch up as we go. Here's a pass down low for Willard, and it's taken in by Roten, and he missed it. Here comes Templeman back for Carthage as they go from right to left. Templeman drives, backs his way through the lane, tries to kick it back out, and they call him on a travel. Carthage has Kinder along with Ray, Caster, Templeman, and Coy. Roten has the ball for Willard. 2-0 Carthage as the pass intercepted and then knocked away eventually by Kinder. It'll be Quinlan to inbound for Willard. Quinlan and Wilson. Wolf. Here's Wilson with the ball. Back around to the right corner. Three-point try over there. That's in and out from Roten, from Creighton. And Roten is the other one out there. We have Roten and Creighton. Here is Templeman back the other way for Carthage. Spin move in the lane. Puts it up. Goes flat off the back of the iron and rolls off to the corner. Out of bounds. It'll go with Willard. Everything but the basketball game going on tonight here. Everything that could go wrong has gone wrong so far, even the girls' game. Here's a feed inside and a travel on the Tigers from Willard. Girls lost a 19-point lead and lost by 6, 48-42. They had a 29-10 lead late in the second quarter, but scored only 1 point in the third. Here's Ray for Carthage. Drives baseline left, back to Kinder. He'll try a three left wing. That's short. Rebound off to Russell Roten. Roten will bring it up. He'll have the ball tipped by Templeman. Bounded off of Kinder into the hands of Coy. Still 2-0 Carthage. Almost 3 minutes gone, 2 minutes gone in this game. Here's Templeman faking a three. Picks up a triple team, goes anyway, puts it up. That's not going to go. Caster on the rebound. Now to Kinder, and he walks. Cruz Caster, the only bucket thus far. And Willard will inbound. It'll be Quinlan. He'll give to Roten. He'll try to back to the baseline. Now back to the wing. Out to Quinlan. Willard came in 9-14, 3-4 in the conference. Carthage 13-10. Spin move, shot up, travel. How about another one? Well, everybody else has been traveling to this game. Why not the players? Here is Templeman coming across. Traveling is the thing to do in this building. It is so big and vast. If you had a cab business, you could make some money. Here is Coy for Carthage. Back to Ray. Round to Caster. Now to Kinder. Back to the left corner. Coy drives, cut off of the baseline left. Out to Caster, out to the right wing. Now to Coy. Coy gets the ball batted out. No, it's off of him. I guess it went right back off of him. It looked like the ball was batted, but from here it must have deflected back off of Coy. Nice play by Roten. Still 2-0, and that's it so far. Riley Wolf for Willard. Cut off to the free throw line. Roten back to Wolf. About 22, no good. Rebound off of Willard. Roten went sprawling to the floor and it went off of him out of bounds. He might have been aided a little bit by a Tiger of Carthage, that is. Have to be specific tonight. Here is Ray. Now to Templeman on the left wing. Zigzags, goes back over to Kinder on the left corner. Kinder goes to the baseline, now back to Templeman, out to Caster. Around to Coy, to the wing, Kinder. In and out of the arc with the foot. Now to the left corner, Ray on a three. Goes off the top, no good. Ball batted out toward the scorer's table, and Templeman will snare it. Almost halfway through the first quarter, only 2 points scored. Now 5 as Kinder puts it in for a 5-0 lead. Well, the girls got out to a 7-0 lead. Right now it's 5-0 for the boys. Quinlan. He'll hand it off to Wilson. Wilson goes out, comes back into the corner. They go on a pass. Now to the wing. Back to the left corner. Driving now, feet underneath. Layup is good for the first two by Creighton. Here is Ray. 5-2 Carthage. Here is Templeman going for a three. That one is pure. Makes it 8-2. Quinlan for Willard. Moves it down into Crichton, and he is fouled. That'll go on Templeman. Inbounding will be Roden. He'll give it off. Now trade back to Roden. The ball goes off the back of Kinder and into Ray's hands. Ray brings it back for Carthage. Back to the wing. Coy, he'll try a three. That one will not crawl in. It went up to the top of the glass and thought maybe it was going to fall back through, but it went the other direction. So out of bounds, Willard. 3:25 to go, opening quarter. Carthage 8, Willard 2. Now there's a walk. Tried to feed it off to the right side. Riley Wolf coming up the left side. Stopped his dribble, then took a couple of steps and then threw it. Coy will inbound. He'll give to Ray. Ray will go on a right-handed hook pass. Coy, he drives, lets the defender go by, and he'll lay it in. Relatively easy after the fake. Now it's an 8-point lead at 10-2. And a timeout for Willard. So we'll take a 1-minute break and come back. You're listening to Tiger Basketball and Music Radio 93.5.
Fair Acres family-wide cheers on the Carthage Tigers. The coaches, players, and their families all deserve a hearty congratulations and a sincere thank you for their sacrifice and hard work. As Fair Acres family-wide works to build strong kids, strong families, and strong communities, they know that good sportsmanship goes a long way in developing one's character. Fair Acres family-wide is proud to be part of Carthage and a proud sponsor of Carthage Tiger broadcasts. Go Tigers! Bimedick Insurance is a proud supporter of the Carthage Tigers. Successful teams select great members, develop a solid game plan, and purchase the best equipment for the game. Bimedick Insurance applies this same philosophy when developing an insurance program to insure your Carthage Tiger family or business. When looking for insurance, the right agent for your team is Bimedick Insurance. Give Bimedick a call at 417-358-4007. Go Big Blue!
The law firm.
Willard inbounds, and they're going to have a chance at a three-point play. As the bucket from the inbound after a miss right after the timeout. Catch you up here, and Quinlan puts it in, and the opposing zero, that's Ray, on the foul. Try to cut the lead to 10-5, and there it is. Ray brings it up for Carthage. And a steal. It's Quinlan. He'll drive, put it up around Ray, and they call a foul again on Ray. Fortunately, that one did not go in, but he'll have two shots. So Ray with two quick ones. And Drew Quinlan try to draw him within three, and won't do it because he missed the first one. Yates comes in. Wilson back in for Willard. Next shot, that's good. 10-6 Carthage, 2:40 left to go, first quarter. Templeman brings it up. Goes off to Yates on the wing left. Goes to the right wing. Templeman, a long arching three. You got it. 13-6. Willard brings it back the other way with Crichton. Then he'll hand it off to Boyer. Boyer backs away on a three, and he hits that one. 13-9, 2 minutes to go in the first. Here goes Kinder for a three. That one is a swish. Boy, these guys hit nothing but nets so far. 16-9. Drive cut off. Now back to the left corner goes Willard. Crichton, he'll flip it out to Quinlan, and Quinlan will have to back away. He fumbled it but got it back. Now he'll start a drive to the lane. Back to the wing, a three try over there. That one's also good. That goes to Russell Roten. Roten, a long-time name. Willard Athletics through the years. Here's Kinder in the front court. Now back to Templeman. Templeman back to the wing. Now back to Kinder. Another three try. That one dies off the back, and a whistle and a rebound foul. Didn't see who the foul was posted. Looks like Brent Coy. Nope, it goes on Boyer. Now we have a stoppage. I don't know if that was an accidental buzzer or what. They're smiling down there at the scorer's table. I think they goofed. What else is new tonight? It'll be an inbound to Coy. Coy gives it back to Templeman. He'll give to the free throw line. Now to Coy on the wing left. Back up top to Kinder. Around to Templeman. Templeman drives, throws the pass, tried to get it to Coy. Ball deflected around, and it's off of Willard. It'll go off of Boyer. He was trying to settle it the other way, but nothing doing. So Max Templeman will toss it in with 52 seconds to go first quarter. 16-12 Carthage lead. Out high to Kinder. Kinder through the legs, gives to Templeman. Back to Kinder. And ahead to Coy, around to Templeman. Templeman down to Kinder. Kinder back over to Coy. Coy starts a drive and a whistle. That'll go on Willard. That's on Crichton. Three team fouls on Carthage, 2 for Willard. Here's a short shot by Templeman, no good left side. Brings Quinlan across with it. Back on the right side to Badgley. He moves around, reverses direction. And pass is errant and goes back to Carthage. People, for some reason, like to play with our electric cord. Since the girls' game was over, it's almost we got yanked out once and almost got yanked out there again. Put a guard dog over it. Here is Templeman. Of course, he'd probably bite it, and we'd be off again. Here's Templeman. Back to the right corner. Coy at the buzzer, no good. And after one, Carthage 16 and Willard 12. Back with the second quarter in 1 minute. Tiger Basketball Music Radio 93.5.
Webster and Carleton knows that it takes more than athletes to make a great team. From the coaches and teachers to parents and extended family, it takes the entire community to support our student athletes and make the Carthage Tigers a success. Webster and Carleton is a proud sponsor of this Carthage Tigers sports broadcast, and they salute everyone who are cheering for our Tigers. The law firm of Webster and Carleton, offices in Joplin, 417-781-5690. Go Tigers and go Big Blue.
Odds Food Products is proud of our student athletes and supports this broadcast of the Carthage Tigers. It takes everyone working together to make a great team, and that applies to Odds Food Products as well. You've known Odds' stellar reputation for over 70 years and appreciate the consistent quality of their salad dressings and barbecue sauces. Check out their products at your local grocery store. It's all good at Odds. Odds is glad to be a part of the Carthage community. Go Tigers, go Big Blue.
The team behind the team.
Back here in Willard, the girls lost 48-42. As Willard trailed by 10 at the half, but came back and rallied as they held Carthage to only 11 second half points. Templeman along with Ray, Castor, Coy, and Kinder. Here's Castor to the right wing, now to Templeman. Back to Yates, and now to Templeman, to Coy on the right corner. Comes in a crowd, throws it up, won't go, but a foul. Have Quinlan and Wolf out there for Willard, also Crichton, along with Roten and Badgley, or could be Bagley. Free throw is no good. It is Braden Bagley. Next free throw is good by Coy. So he got one of two. 17-12, largest lead has been 8. That was at 10-8. 10-2 rather. Here is a dish at the other end by Wolf. 17-14. Here is Ray, now to Coy, puts it on his hip. Trades, and now gives to Kinder. What do we have here? A travel on Kinder. That's the second time he's been called for that. Logan Crichton brings it up for Willard. He comes to the right corner with the ball to Quinlan. Now back down to Roten. Roten through the lane. Trades off. Roten tries again, and it's stolen away by Coy. Nice steal, then a reach on the other end. That'll be on Brandon Bagley, and a foul. Great steal by Coy as he just stripped the ball from behind. And then Bagley tried to do the same thing, but he got called on the foul, his first. 17-14, a minute gone here in the second quarter with Templeman. Controlling, gives to Castor, now to the corner left to Coy. Coy back to Kinder. Kinder back to Yates on the right wing. Yates back to Castor, nearly traveled, gets it off to Templeman. Templeman tries to go in the lane, cannot. They work it around the edge, now to the right side, Coy. Ball knocked away, but Coy runs it down. Coy brings it back to the corner, Kinder. Back to Coy, back to Max, head fakes, Templeman. Back over to Yates, around to Coy, about 22-23, no good anyway. And the rebound off to Bagley. Over to the left corner. Driving, shot up Crichton, that's not going to go. Kinder gets the board. He'll give it off to Templeman. Templeman drives, puts it up. He's slapped down, but they're going to call a foul. That'll send Max to the line. It'll be Bagley on the foul. Templeman had 2 threes in the first quarter, gets this free throw down. We have Coy, Kinder, Templeman, Yates, and Castor. And Templeman puts up the next shot. It's good. So 19-14 Carthage. 2 minutes gone here in the second quarter. With the ball is Wolf. Now driving Quinlan. Nice underhand dish and count it with a foul. So it's now 19-16. And a foul on Kinder, his first. So Quinlan with 6, now 7. He's had 2 3-point plays. It's 19-17 Carthage. Coy gives off to Templeman. And Templeman brings it across. Off to Coy. Around to Templeman on the right wing. Comes in the arc. Back to Yates for 3. That's short. Rebound taken by Castor. Into Max. He'll lay it up and hit. 21-17. Pass down into the front court. And I think we have a foul call. I was writing something down. Never take your eye off the court, but can't help it sometimes. Kinder on the foul, his second. 5 fouls each side. It'll be Braxton Boyer to inbound to the right corner. Quinlan now back out high, around to the left side. Out high to Riley Wolf. Wolf comes backing into the lane, lets the defenders pass, backdoor play, layup good. That's Boyer. 21-19 Carthage. Here's Max Templeman driving back to the corner, now back to the wing. Back to Max, long 3, too strong. Goes off the back of the iron, now back to Boyer. Now whistle, and the call of the night is the travel. So Willard will turn it over. 4:47 left to go in the first half. Carthage has led throughout, got out to a 8-2 lead. 5-0 from the start. Here is Templeman. Comes in the lane, now back over to Ray. Off to Yates, back to Ray. Ray goes through middle of the lane, but he airballs it. Had a great idea, but not enough English on the shot. Back they come the other way for the tie. Missed layup there by Crichton. Here goes Templeman. Templeman back to the wing, to Kinder, now to Yates, and good. 23-19, 4 minutes to go. Quinlan has it for Willard, and he'll hand it off to Riley Wolf. Wolf on a carry. Another turnover, watch that. Temper can get you into a technical. So Carthage will go length of the floor, leading by 4. 23-19 with 3:50 to go here in the first half. Girls lost tonight 48-42. They had a big lead and it evaporated in the second half. Here is Coy. Coy has the ball stolen away. Here comes Quinlan back. He goes up, layup is good. He's a pest, 23-21. 2-point game. Cross court they go. Yates has it. Now to Templeman. Templeman left side of the lane. Now back out high. Long 3. Barely hit the rim by Coy. Then we have a whistle and a push. That'll be a foul on Carthage. That'll be on Cruz Castor. 1 on him, 6-5 Carthage on the fouls. Chance for Willard to tie or get the lead. Riley Wolf will inbound. He'll trade off and bring it up himself. Bring it across. And, he traveled on the pass. They didn't call it. Nobody caught it. Then he throws it away anyway, so justice was served. So Carthage will go length of the court, still leading by 2 at 3:07 to go second quarter. The Templeman. He'll drive middle of the lane, lay it up and got it. That's 12 for Max. 25-21, long 3 is good. That goes to Russell Roten, his second 3. 1-point game, 25-24 Carthage. Here's Coy. Now back to Kinder. Kinder on the wing to Yates. Yates back out to Templeman, right corner Coy. Moves a couple of steps up and then out to Kinder. High right wing. Comes back to Coy. Around to Templeman, fakes the three, comes into the lane, now back to a three-try Yates, and it rolls in. 28-24 Carthage, 2:10 left to go in the half. Wilkin with the ball for Willard. Gives it off on the near side, that's to Crichton. He'll start a drive, then back out. Now trade off, back to Crichton. Layup will go down. 28-26 and a whistle, timeout Carthage. And they won a full timeout. Carthage 28, Willard 26 with 1:48 left to go in the first half. Back in 1 minute. Tiger Basketball, Music Radio 93.5.
Tom Garrison Construction knows what it takes to build a winning team. Hard work, commitment, knowledge, and accountability. Garrison Construction is a proud sponsor of Carthage Tiger Sports and congratulates all of the student athletes on their hard work and dedication. Garrison Construction excels at remodels, metal buildings, roofing, and custom homes. Garrison Construction, serving Carthage and the surrounding area since 2006. Garrison Construction says, go Tigers.
Everyone at Carthage Water and Electric Plant wishes the Carthage Tigers a great season, not only in sports but in scholastics as well. As your public power utility, we know the value of teamwork will pay dividends as our youth enter the workforce and their professional careers. Let's stay community powered and cheer on our home team to win. Carthage Water and Electric Plant encourages you to get out and support our Carthage Tigers.
Down Templeman to Kinder, leading 28-26, 1:35 to go in the first half. Templeman out high, bounce pass across to Kinder. Back up to Yates, fumbles it, got it back. Now over to Ray. Back to Coy. Now Templeman. Templeman spinning through on a 360, goes short. Got to figure out when that foul was called. Whether it'll be a 1-and-1 or a 2-shot foul, either way, they'll go to the line. That was kind of in between. Foul goes on Quinlan, his second. So this will be a shooting foul, and the free throw is good. 13 for Max. And the next one on the way, good. 30-26 Carthage, 1:15 remaining. Quarter number 2. Quinlan backs it out to the right side. Now looks to go left, does so. Got it to Boyer. Boyer backs it off right of the center circle. Now back to a right corner 3. Quinlan all but in, pops out. Yates gets it. He'll give it to Coy. Coy will come up and give it off to Ray. Now to Templeman. Templeman driving. Ball partially blocked, loose along the line. Did it hit the line, or we have a timeout? Willard calls the timeout. And they call a 30, so we'll take a 30. Carthage 30, Willard 26. This is Tiger Basketball Music Radio 93.5.
Does that mean whizzing around on hoverboards and robots answering phones? Maybe, but we'd suggest trying more useful technology first. Pearson Kelly can set you up with tech that lets your whole team work from anywhere, collaborate on devices, and always have the information they need to do their job. Keeping up with technology can be stressful. We're here to simplify it for you, whether your office has an internal IT team or not. We have options to fit your needs. Find us at pearsonkelly.com and let us make technology simple for you.
So Willard has used up their 2 30s. Carthage has used a full. 41 seconds left to go here in the first half. And Willard will bring it the distance. It'll be Crichton and Wilkin to bring it up. Wilkin. He'll do most of the honors as he looks to cross the timeline. Picked up by the opposing number 2, Templeman, now picked up by Ray. Actually, that's Yates. Now trade off back to Wilkin. 22 seconds remaining. Off to the wing, Crichton. 19 seconds. Off to the wing, Boyer. Down to 10. Wilkin trying to drive, cannot do it. Roten. 2 seconds to go, better hurry. Quinlan puts it up and he hit it. Wow. Didn't look that smooth, but when you get it up and get it in before the buzzer, that's all that matters. So it's a 2-point game at the half, Carthage leading by the score of 30-28. We'll take a 3-minute pause and come back. You're listening to Tiger Basketball, Music Radio 93.5.
Just like a great coach, State Farm agent Jerry Poston at 1601 South Garrison in Carthage can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs. Whether it's car, home, life, health, or business insurance, Agent Jerry Poston can dig into the playbook and help you find the affordable coverage you need. When your life and goals change, Agent Jerry Poston will be there to help you adjust your insurance game plan with a free family insurance checkup. So, for all of your insurance needs, call on a winner. State Farm agent Jerry Poston at 1601 South Garrison or call 417-358-5052.
If your lawn is completely wild, it's time to bring in Turf Tamers and create a green turf that's calm and lovely. Turf Tamers will rid your lawn of the unwanted weeds and unsightly, funky grasses that have made your lawn the wild kingdom. Give them a call at 417-434-0810. When they arrive, you just leave it to them to tame that turf and have your neighbors admiring it. Turf Tamers, the name says it all. Turf Tamers, 417-434-0810. Joe Ryder, your Carthage area Edward Jones financial advisor, understands the importance of setting long-term goals and building towards them each and every day through diligent hard work. Whether it's in the game or in the classroom, Joe wants the best of our student athletes and the rest of the student body. Joe has always supported the Carthage Tigers and is proud to be part of the community. Joe Ryder of Edward Jones at 2142 South Garrison in Carthage says, "Go Tigers, go!" Member SIPC. Just as an athletic team relies on teamwork to reach its goals, a business depends on its staff to complement each other's strengths and function as a team to achieve its goals. The certified public accounting firm of Schmidt Associates wants to be a member of your team and help you reach your financial goals. Their small business accounting, payroll, and advisory services could help ensure your financial success. Call Schmidt Associates at 358-6090. Schmidt Associates, more than checks and balances. Drew Evans Investment Companies of Whistler's Hamburgers and Daylight Donut cheer on our Tigers. They're proud to be part of this Carthage Tigers broadcast. Hard work, diligence, and persistence give big rewards in life. So make it count, Tigers. The owners and employees at Whistler's and Daylight Donut want only the best for our Tigers and the entire student body. Whistler's Hamburgers and Daylight Donut. Dine in or carry out at all locations in Carthage. Go Tigers. Go Big Blue. Sponsored by Drew Evans Investments. Local dentists Mark Westhoff and Carthage alumnus Katrina Wickland of Carthage Dental Associates cheer on our Carthage Tigers. They know that setting goals and working hard toward them are keys to every successful life, and they wish the Carthage student body and athletes the best of luck in the game and in the classroom. Carthage Dental Associates have been providing preventive and restorative general dentistry for you and your families for the last 20-plus years, and they're proud to be a part of the community and are grateful to be part of this Carthage Tiger broadcast. Go Tigers! Go Big Blue!
Here in Willard as the boys lead here by a score of 30-28. And the girls' game moments ago, it was Willard winning at 48-42 as we had Willard trailing by as many as 19 on 2 occasions. And then they got off a 11-2 run at the end of the half to knock it down to 10 at 31-21. And then they outscored Carthage 19-1 in the third quarter, and that was the difference there. They ended up leading 40-32 after 3 and won at 48-42. Kiana Yates had 17, but the story there, she had 15 of those in the first half, but then virtually shut out the rest of the way as the Lady Tigers fall to 10-14 on the year. They'll wrap up the regular season Monday down in Neosho. We'll take another 3-minute break and give you the scoring for the boys. The boys lead here 30-28 against Willard, back in 3. Tiger Basketball, Music Radio 93.5.
Tony Williams State Farm Insurance is a proud supporter of Carthage Tiger Athletics. If life has fouled you out of the game or you just need better coverage, Tony Williams and his experienced team can help get you back in the game with the best coverage for your specific needs. Auto, home, life, business, and more. In the office, office, over the phone, or online. There's several ways to get a free quote today. Tony Williams State Farm Insurance, located at 2232 Grand Avenue. Tony Williams says, go Tigers!
Wood, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram cheer on our Tigers. They want to recognize the hard work and sacrifices that the parents and coaches and their families make to help our student athletes be their best during and between games. And don't forget, the next time you're in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, keep Wood, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in mind. Parts, service, sales, and financing, everything in one place. Save a trip and shop Carthage. Wood, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, part of Wood Motor Company. A solid name you can trust. Go Tigers!
Carthage alumni and lifelong resident Levi Utter with eXp Realty has been helping the folks of Carthage and surrounding communities with all of their real estate needs since 2014. Striving to meet the needs of his clients and helping them achieve their goals is what his business is built upon. Give him a call today at 417-540-6565 to see how Levi can help you with your next move. Levi Utter with eXp Realty wishes all the Carthage Tigers student athletes a healthy and successful school year during the sports season and in the classroom. Go Big Blue.
The love of a family is a very special thing. From the time we are children, it's our family that teaches us how to walk and how to talk, that gives us a sense of belonging. The wisdom of our grandparents is passed down through our parents and then on to future generations through our children. The love of a family never grows old. It just grows. A love that lasts forever. The Nell Mortuary in Carthage, locally owned since 1882.
See our ad in names and numbers.
The owners, staff, and management at Sirloin Stockade wish the Carthage Tigers a successful year, not only in athletics but also in the classroom. Sirloin Stockade knows that hard work and diligent effort are keys to achieving goals, and they look forward to those young students embracing the challenges of tomorrow. Sirloin Stockade is proud to be part of the Carthage Tiger broadcast, and they remind you to stop by before the game or during the weekend for a delicious meal that's just as good as home cooked. Sirloin Stockade, 1027 West Central in Carthage.
Clothesline Cleaners and Car Center of Carthage are proud sponsors of this Carthage Tiger broadcast. It takes a community to make a successful team, and our Tigers are no exception. Clothesline Cleaners, under brand new ownership, is a full-service laundry and dry cleaner right here in town. And Car Center of Carthage next to the cleaners, where everyone is approved. At the corner of Garrison and Centennial, Clothesline Cleaners and Car Center of Carthage give a big salute to our Tigers. Go Blue!
Boy, 2 for Cruz Caster and 6 for Clay Kinder. On the Willard side, Drew Quinlan with the 11, Riley Wolf 2, Braxton Boyer 5, Russell Roden with 6 and 4 for Logan Crichton. It was 16-12 Carthage at the end of 1. Carthage has led throughout. They got up to a 5-0 beginning. Then Willard outscored them by 2, 16-14. In the second quarter for the 30-28 lead for Carthage. Carthage in at 13-10, 3-4 in conference, and Willard at 9-14, and they're 3-4 in conference. As the boys will wrap up regular season on Tuesday down in Neosho, and then we'll be playing in the districts in Ozark on the March the 1st. We'll take another break. We'll only go 2 minutes this time, and we'll be back here with second half. Carthage 30, Willard 28, back in 2. Tiger Basketball, Music Radio 93.5.
Saturdays. Get rolling with Reeves and get rolling with the Carthage Tigers. Go Big
Zyder Tax Service loves cheering on our Carthage Tigers. Mike and all the staff know our student athletes have worked hard this year, and they give a big hand to everyone who has helped and encouraged the Tigers to have a successful season. Zyder Tax Services, serving Carthage and the surrounding area with tax planning and preparation for individuals and businesses, is proud to be one of the locally owned businesses that support your Carthage Tigers broadcasts. Join Mike Zyder, CPA, and the rest of Zyder Tax Services as they cheer on our Tigers. Go Tigers!
Manzer Family Medicine cheer on our Carthage Tigers. Dr. Manzer and staff know that striving for one's goals are the key to success in life, and they want our students to be the best both in and out of the game. Manzer Family Medicine is a comprehensive multi-specialty practice that is physician-owned and patient-driven. They have locations in Missouri and Kansas, with the Carthage Urgent Care open 7 days a week for you and your family when you need care the most. For more information, find them on Facebook or manzerfamilymedicine.com. Go Tigers!
Willard gets the possession. They go from right to left toward their bench. Here is a pass tipped by Kinder, but it goes back to Roten, and he lays it in for a tie. So that's our first tie. Carthage led 5-0 at the outset. Here's Castor. Give it off to Ray. Back to Kinder to Templeman along with Coy. Coy underneath, right side. Flips it back out. Ray on a three. That one will not go back down. Here's a save try, Castor. And it goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Willard. So it'll be Riley Wolf to inbound. And he'll give it off to Crichton. Back over to Quinlan on the right side. Here's a steal by Max. Templeman goes to the hoop and missed it. Got it back on the right side, goes back up, and he's fouled. So maybe there'll be points out of this. That'll be on Crichton, his second. So Templeman trying to give Carthage the lead back. On the way, and good. 15. So there have been no lead changes, just that one tie. Second shot is also good by Templeman, 16 points. 32-30. Here's Crichton. He'll bring it down to the right side, now back to the right corner. Three try and an air ball. That goes from Boyer into the hands of the opposing number 10, Britt Coy. Coy will bring it up. He gives it off to Templeman. Templeman back on the side to Coy. Coy now works around toward the Carthage bench. Now to Templeman in front of the bench. Back to Coy. He looks to go to Castor, cannot. He'll back up, watch that foot. Here's Coy, back to Castor. Comes middle of the lane, now to Ray. Here's a shot up, no good from the wing by Kinder. Rebound taken the other direction by Crichton. Off to a shot and no good from Wilkin and a foul. That'll go on Willard on the rebound apparently. So it'll be Roten on the foul, and Carthage will inbound. First foul on Roten. Britt Coy. Back over to Castor. Castor back to Ray. Ray back to the corner. Templeman on a three. That one's short. Got it back, though, and then lost it. And it goes back to Willard. He was in a crowd, fell down on his stomach, tried to reach for it, and it went off his fingertips and rolled back across. And here's a whistle and a walk. That'll be on Riley Wolf, so it'll be Carthage from half court to bring it back. Here's Coy. 32-30 Carthage, 5:30 left to go. That's third quarter. Here's Templeman. Back to the wing, Coy. Coy driving baseline, too far underneath. Gives it off, and Justin Ray makes a shot. We have everything but the game going on here up in this balcony. I apologize for our inattentiveness. Trying to keep from getting knocked off the air a second time. Here is Wilkin. He'll drive, put it up, and a foul. Fed it to Riley Wolf, and he'll go up for shots. Foul on Coy. Free throw is good. So Riley Wolf, his third point. Next one, it's no good. Coy on the rebound, off to Ray. Ray will bring it across the timeline. Here's a reach, and the ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Carthage. It'll be Templeman to inbound. And he'll toss it to Ray, and off his fingertips, taken back. Here comes Willard. 34-31, Carthage, 4:47 to go, third quarter. Three for the tie is good. Left wing by Quinlan. He has 14. So we're 34-34. Kinder. Back over to Templeman. Templeman gives it back to Kinder on the left wing. Back inside Castor, too far underneath. He'll have to wiggle out of trouble, does so. Gets to Ray. Ray puts it up and swishes it home. And a timeout. So the lead back to Carthage, as Carthage will take a full timeout. Well, take a 30-second timeout. And back here in 30, 36, 34 Carthage. This is Tiger Basketball Music Radio 93.5. Inbounding will be Willard. They're down 2, 36-34. 4:11 left to go in the third quarter. Here's a tap from behind by Kinder, and a steal back the other way, and back to Kinder, and he lays it in. 38-34, Carthage. To the wing on the left side. It is Riley Wolf. Back over to Wilkin. Back to Wolf. Wolf driving right side of the lane, puts it up. Bank shot will not fall. Rebound taken in by Coy. Front of the table comes Templeman. Templeman drives. It's no good. Airballs it. And it's taken back by Roden. They move it back to the wing. Now to Quinlan. Quinlan circles all the way around to the right side. Puts it up. That one won't fall. Here comes Coy back with it. Coy on the left wing. Bounce pass to Ray. Ray comes, gives to Templeman. Templeman middle of the lane. Backdoor play. Kinder, good. Gives him 10. Lead up to 6, 40-34. Largest lead has been 6. That was at 8-2. Then it went to 10-2. Here's a dish underneath. Another miss on a point blank by Willard, and a foul. I believe that's going to be a push. .250 remaining here in the third quarter. Inbound they go. Driving. Layup. No good. Right to left. Willard has missed about 4 or 5 in the last few minutes. Right under the bucket. Here's Coy. Carthage leading by 6. Off to Templeman. He'll try a 3 on the left wing. That's short. Got the offensive board by Coy. He'll back away on a fade. It won't go. And here we go. Castor. He cleans up and hits. Castor doesn't score many, but they seem to come at opportune times. Now another 8-point lead, 42-34. 2:15 to go here in the third. Whistle at the other end with Willard in possession. That'll be on Kinder. That's his third. Inbound. It's Boyer. Back over on the right side. Back down to Crichton. Back over on the right corner to Roten. Roten has an opening, middle of the lane, goes up, and he hits it. And Roten has 10. 42-36, final 2 minutes of the third quarter. Here's Templeman. He has it in the front court. He'll drive, he'll put it up, ball partially blocked, and is taken back by Willard the other way. To the left corner. Now back out high. Here's a 3 try by Quinlan. It's good. He has 17. 42-39 with 1:15 to go here in the third. Templeman spinning through, whistle, and a jump ball. What do we have, a foul or a jump? It's a jump ball, stays with Carthage. So Yates reports back in for Carthage. 1:09 to go here in the third quarter. Templeman. Back off to Ray. No, that's Yates. Now back to Ray. To Coy, around to Templeman. Coming down to the final minute of the third. Carthage up by 3. Here's Templeman trying to drive. Ball slapped at. Castor wins it. Back to Ray. He's open. Puts it up for the right hand. He's stuffed and a foul. That'll go on Roten. 2 on him. 3 fouls on each side. So Ray to the line. And the free throw is short. Ray has 4. And he has 5, got 1 of 2. 43-39, 50 seconds to go in the third. Here's Bagley. He'll give it to Boyer, back down in the lane, ball loose, but taken back. Here is Wilkin, put it up and hit it. His first 2. 43-41 with 30 seconds in the third. Here's Templeman. Templeman in the front court. He will have it still with 17 seconds. Off to the wing. Yates, and now back to Coy. Back to Templeman. Templeman with 5 seconds. Here's Ray on a long 3. Yeah. And that ends the quarter. And the lead goes to 5 after 3. Carthage 46, Willard 41. Back with the fourth quarter in 1 minute. Tiger Basketball Music Radio 93.5.
Farmers Insurance agent Kelly Out is proud to be a part of the Carthage community and knows that planning for the future makes all the difference in a person's life. The personal values of hard work, truth, and honesty will help our young students become good citizens and the leaders of tomorrow. Kelly Out, your local Farmers Insurance agent with offices just off the Carthage Square at 231 East 4th Street, is a proud sponsor of this Carthage Tiger broadcast and says, Go Tigers!
Jim Taylor back here with the fourth quarter. Apologize for some of the camera work. It's not Caleb's fault. We are actually babysitting up here with some kids that will not take no for an answer. So, and they have unplugged us once and have almost done it 2 and 3 times. So I'm watching the game and peripherally watching 5 kids. And they're not mine. If they were, oh boy. Anyway, here we go. Willard in possession with Boyer. Back down low they go. Shot up is good. That's Roten got the feed. He has 12. 46-43. Templeman gives it off to Coy. Coy down into Kinder. Kinder trying to get through there. Whistle, jump ball. Stays with Carthage. So we'll tell you it's Kinder and Ray, Templeman, Coy, and looks like Yates. And Yates will fire it in. Biggest lead has been 8 on 2 occasions for Carthage. Willard has never led. They have tied it on 2 occasions. 46-43, here's Coy. Works it to the left side, Templeman driving. Puts it up among the trees, can't get it to go, but a foul. It'll be on the floor. Only 7 total fouls in this half, 4 on Willard. That's the 3rd personal on Crichton. Ball out high to Yates, now to the wing. Ray another 3 try, that one won't go. Yates almost had the offensive board, but here comes Quinlan for Willard. Minute gone, final quarter. Back off to Bagley. Bagley and Quinlan along with Roten and Boyer. Here's Quinlan. Back over on the right corner to Boyer. Other player out there is Crichton for Willard. Back down and they go, and a foul and a made shot. So a chance for another tie for Willard on this free throw. Ball goes in by Roten. He has 14. Kinder on his 4th foul. And Roten to try to tie it for the 3rd time, and he does. (46-46). Here is Coy. Back to Ray. Ray driving back to the corner. Castor now to Coy again. Coy almost lost it off his knee. Gives it to Templeman. Here goes Max weaving through the lane. He's fouled going up. Team foul 5. And a foul will go on Roten. That's his 3rd. Crichton has 3. The only one in foul trouble right now is Kinder for Carthage. Free throw Templeman. Lead back to Carthage. He has 17. Next one goes down, 48-46. Here is Willard with possession. Quinlan, middle of the lane, now feed baseline right, back to the left corner. Goes off to Bagley. Back to the high right wing. Quinlan, in and out it goes from 3. There's an over the back they didn't call. They say it's off of Carthage. So it goes to Willard after they've tried to retrieve the basketball. I don't know what the delay is. We've had enough of those tonight. I don't know if Willard needs to mop up something, it looks like. Yep. Ball must have wound in a puddle of water because now they're waxing the basketball. So Willard, I promise, is going to inbound. 48-46, 5:47 to go in the game. Inbound Quinlan. Now back down the other end, spinning, turning. Tie not to be, the missed shot by Roten. Here comes Coy back the other way. Gives it off to Yates. Yates being hounded, double teams, and the ball loose. They push him down, no call. Here goes the layup. They miss it at the other end. Second try, that's missed, but a foul. Yates was pummeled to the floor and no call. I mean, we could hear it up here. And then they call a foul at the other end on Castor, his second. Free throw is good. Boyer with 6 points. Next one, tie game again. Willard's tied it 4 times, but has never led. Here's Templeman. 5:17 to go in the game. The girls lost earlier, 48-42. Here's a pass too high, but tipped enough. Got enough air underneath it that Ray caught it on the rebound. Here's Max driving, whistle, foul. That'll be team foul 6. It'll be on Wilkin, the foul. 5:02 to go. Trying to get Carthage back in the lead is Templeman. And that one almost popped out. 19 for Templeman. Next one, 20. (50-48). Here's Quinlan for Willard. He'll try, he carried the ball, and there's a foul on Carthage. Yates on the foul. And Quinlan's first free throw is in and out. Band saying you can't do that. Which one are they referring to? Next shot, and he got that one to go. 50-49, Carthage. 4:49 to go. Here's Templeman. Back over to Ray on the left corner. Yates now to Castor. Now on the right wing they go to Coy. Kinder out of the game right now with 4 fouls. Here's a whistle and a foul. 1-1 coming up for Carthage. Foul goes on Boyer, 2 for him. To the line, Britt Coy. Coy with 3. Free throw here is no good. So Willard will clean it up and bring it back, trying to get their first lead. Here's Quinlan. In and out, now back to the top of the key. Boyer, flip it off to the right corner. Now Wilkin. Wilkin comes driving to the corner. Here's a long 3, and it's no good. Ball slapped at by whom? Off of Carthage. So Kinder back in, playing with 4 fouls. Yates will check out. Coy, Ray, Castor, and Templeman. Inbound near Steele and going down with the ball. And there's I believe Castor got that, or they call it on Castor. Castor has to get possession. It'll be on Cruz Castor, 1-1 coming up. The referee initially went 1-1. Like the foul was I thought the foul was going to be called on Willard, but instead it will be Wilkin to the line. 1-1 opportunity. The first one is good. So we are tied for the 5th time. Second shot on the way, and Willard has their very first lead, 51-50. Carthage has led by 8 on 2 occasions. Castor has it on the right corner, now to the wing. Kinder, he'll try a 3 on the wing. That's off, no good. Nobody there but Willard's Tigers. Here's Quinlan. Off to the right corner, Boyer. Comes into the lane, bounce pass through the lane. Now the left side, Quinlan. He's on the corner. Move to the wing, now middle of the lane, Quinlan. Back to the right corner. 3:28 to go in the game. Quinlan has it now back on the right wing after a couple of passes. To Boyer. Boyer, did he have it on the line? Nope. They're going to call it yet another foul. Yes, my goodness. That'll be on Ray. His 3rd. So Boyer to the line. 7 points. And the free throw is good. Next one, 3-point lead for Willard. 53-50. Here's Templeman. Behind the back dribble, lost it off his foot. Here comes Crichton. Willard trying to stretch a 3-point lead further. Under 3 to go in the game. To the top of the key they go. That's Quinlan. He'll come baseline, and again, they call a slap on Carthage. That'll be on Coy. I guess you can't steal it in the 4th quarter. It's like one of those obscure insurance policies. This has to happen specifically. Here's a free throw that is good by Quinlan. So they're expanding their lead from the line right now. And it's a 5-point game, 55-50. Just go down on defense with your hands tied, boys. Here's Templeman. Give it off to Ray. He'll drive baseline. He'll lay it in. It's good. (55-52), and they need some stops here. 2:30 to go in the game. Here's Wilkin. He'll back it out. And now Coy will come on the defense. Now Wilkin goes to the corner, cut off by Castor over there. Back to the wing they go to Crichton. Now across to Quinlan. Coming down to 2 minutes remaining. Well, they're doing a good job killing the clock right now. They give it off to the right corner. There's Roten. The ball is loose. And another foul. That'll be on Coy. I tell you, it's the same official each time. He must be an expert at finding pickpockets, because you can't get near anybody in a white shirt right now. Here's the free throw. It's no good. I don't think he's moved either the whole time. He's in that same spot to the right of the scorer's table. Next one. That one goes. (56-52) with 1:48 to go. Here's Templeman. He'll drive. He'll lay it up and hit. Gives him 22. 2-point game, 1:35 to go. Here's Quinlan. Inside Roten, back to the corner, and ball off of Willard, out of bounds. Kinder alertly pulled his hand back. So with 1:23 to go, Carthage a chance to tie it. Here's Templeman. He starts the drive. Flips it back on the corner to Castor. Now back for a three-point try. That is good. It goes to Justin Ray. So the lead goes to Carthage, 57-56. Missed shot at the other end. That's our first lead change. Everything else has been initial lead or ties. Under a minute remaining. Here's Coy. Back to Ray. Now Carthage can try to run time. Make Willard foul. Here's a whistle and a foul. It'll be Templeman to the line. As Creighton gets his fourth foul. So Templeman already with 22. And he missed the front end. Wow, he hadn't missed all night. 40 seconds left to go. Quinlan back out high to Boyer. Back to Quinlan. 35 seconds remaining. 57-56 Carthage. Quinlan comes through 360s, goes down low to Roten. Ball loose, who wants it? Ball on the end line, goes to Carthage. But no, they turn it around the other way. It'll be Willard. With 20 seconds to go, and now I wondered why nobody called a timeout in this situation, and Willard finally does. They'll have to take a full, so we'll take a 1 minute pause. 57-56, Carthage with 20 seconds to go. Back in a minute. Tiger Basketball, Music Radio 93.5.
Achieving their goals and the promises of tomorrow. Grace Lanes is proud to be a part of the Carthage Tiger broadcast, and they remind you about bowling leagues on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday evenings and Saturday mornings. Or stop by for an ice cream and a smoke-free bowling experience Monday through Saturday. For more information, go to gracelanes.com. Go Tigers!
Jay Builders is rooting on all our Carthage Tiger student athletes. Jay Builders LLC has over 25 years of experience and quality work. They provide a variety of construction services, including new home design and construction, home additions, and many more general contracting services. Jay Builders takes pride in their work and strives for excellence and timely completion of work on every job. For estimates and questions, please call Jay Builders at 793-1432 today. Tiger alum Justin Holsworth and everyone on the Jay Builders team says, Go Tigers!
Willard trying to inbound. They finally get it. Here's Roten. He'll drive, middle of the lane, and he got it to roll in at 15 seconds. And a timeout. So with 14 seconds to go, Willard now leads 58-57. And a full timeout. And we'll take another 60-second timeout. This is Tiger Basketball, Music Radio 93.5.
Tiger Sports is all about teamwork, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. Dr. Michael Woody and the team at Peachtree Dental support all of the players and coaches that make Tiger Sports so great. They offer a full range of treatment options that can be personalized to meet your unique needs and expectations, including orthodontics for all ages. Peachtree Dental always welcomes new patients of every age. For a better dental experience, give Peachtree Dental a call at 358-2233. Go Tigers!
Woodford is proud to bring Carthage High School sports this school year. Competition builds good character in our students, and a sense of teamwork and good sportsmanship only serve to make our student athletes better citizens. The employees and management at Woodford say, Go Blue, Go Tigers, and remember, Woodford delivers competitive deals every day. There's no need to leave Carthage to find a good deal on a new or pre-owned vehicle. Woodford, part of Wood Motor Company, a solid name you can trust.
Carthage with a 1 and a 30. Willard with two fulls. 58-57. Tigers will have to go length of the court. Here's Templeman with 12 across the timeline. He'll come driving into the paint. Ball stripped, but a foul. And they call 1 and 1 instead of a shooting foul. But you go to the line. That'll be on Roten. his fourth. A lot of guys in foul trouble now. Free throw is good to tie the game. That's our sixth tie. First time Carthage has tied it. Now to get the lead, which would be lead number 6 for Carthage if he gets it. On the way and good. And now Willard a timeout. So we'll go back for another full timeout. Back in 1 minute, 59-58. Carthage with 6.6 to go. This is Tiger Basketball, Music Radio 93.5.
Athletics, keeping score is required to separate winning from losing. In business, accounting is the art of keeping score of financial matters. The team at the certified public accounting firm of Schmidt Associates wants to be your financial score-keeping specialist. If your current method of keeping score doesn't measure up, call Schmidt Associates at 358-6090 to determine if professional accounting will benefit your business. Properly designed accounting and payroll services are an investment that will keep your business in the winner's circle. Schmidt Associates, more than checks and balances.
American Family Insurance.
As your American Family Insurance agent in Carthage, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing's wrong. This is Bob Brown from the Bob Brown Agency. Call me at 358-9715 and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
American Family Insurance.
For details, contact Robert Brown, agent at Bob Brown Agency, 417-358-9715, or stop by 1921 South Garrison Avenue in Carthage today.
Willard will go length of the court, 6.6 remaining. They can call one more timeout if they elect to get it to half court and try again from there. Carthage backing up on defense. Here we come with the charge. Here's a hook pass to the left guard. Intercepted by Castor. And a foul with 1.7. A clean pick by Cruz Castor. Tried a cross-court diagonal pass. And Cruz went up and got it with 1.7 to go. It'll be a two-shot foul. The foul will be the 5th on Crichton, so he's gone. So they're taking advantage of the 30 seconds you got to put somebody in. And did a little strategizing in the interim. As I said, they have another timeout, I believe. That's what I have anyway. Castor with an all-important free throw. Can't get it. He'll have another one. And now there's your timeout. So Willard will take another 1 minute, and so will we. 1.7 to go. Carthage 59, Willard 58 with a free throw pending. Back in 1, Tiger Basketball. Music Radio 93.5. And Carthage wins it. Quinlan fired it. Well, you know, Joplin beat Carthage on a buzzer beater. That one came close. It was on target, but it hit the front of the rim and skimmed off. So that'll do it. Carthage 59, Willard 58. We'll take a 3-minute pause and come back. This is Tiger Basketball, Music Radio 93.5.
Management Group of Wells Fargo Advisors cheers on our Carthage Tigers. financial advisors Ron Ross and Tony Kennard know that any successful team plans, works hard, and sets goals for the future. They want the best for Carthage's student body, who will be our community leaders in the coming years. The Ross Kennard Wealth Management Group of Wells Fargo Advisors is proud to be a part of this Carthage Tiger broadcast. Go Tigers! Wells Fargo Advisors is a trade name used by Wells Fargo Clearing Services, LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer, and non-bank affiliate of Wells Fargo & Company.
Is your office ready to be a workplace of the future? Does that mean whizzing around on hoverboards and robots answering phones? Maybe, but we'd suggest trying more useful technology first. Pearson Kelly can set you up with tech that lets your whole team work from anywhere, collaborate on devices, and always have the information they need to do their job. Keeping up with technology can be stressful. We're here to simplify it for you, whether your office has an internal IT team or not. We have options to fit your needs. Find us at pearsonkelly.com and let us make technology simple for you.
Beimdick Insurance is a proud supporter of the Carthage Tigers. Successful teams select great members, develop a solid game plan, and purchase the best equipment for the game. Beimdick Insurance applies this same philosophy when developing an insurance program to insure your Carthage Tiger family or business. When looking for insurance, the right agent for your team is Beimdick Insurance. Give Beimdick a call at 417-358-4007. Go Big Blue!
Tom Garrison Construction knows what it takes to build a winning team. Hard work, commitment, knowledge, and accountability. Garrison Construction is a proud sponsor of Carthage Tiger Sports and congratulates all of the student athletes on their hard work and dedication. Garrison Construction excels at remodels, metal buildings, roofing, and custom homes. Garrison Construction, serving Carthage and the surrounding area since 2006. Garrison Construction says, go Tigers!
Just as an athletic team relies on teamwork to reach its goals, a business depends on its staff to complement each other's strengths and function as a team to achieve its goals. The certified public accounting firm of Schmidt Associates wants to be a member of your team and help you reach your financial goals. Their small business accounting, payroll, and advisory services could help ensure your financial success. Call Schmidt Associates at 358-6090. Schmidt Associates, more than checks and balances.
The law firm of Webster & Carlton knows that it takes more than athletes to make a great team. From the coaches and teachers to parents and extended family, it takes the entire community to support our student athletes and make the Carthage Tigers a success. Webster & Carlton is a proud sponsor of this Carthage Tigers sports broadcast, and they salute everyone who are cheering for our Tigers. The law firm of Webster & Carlton, offices in Joplin, 417-781-5690. Go Tigers and go Big Blue!
Back here in Willard, a split tonight. The girls lost a 19-point lead. Willard worked and plotted along the third quarter and outscored the girls 19-1. Took a 10-point deficit into an 8-point lead at the end of three and went on to win that one 48-42 here just moments ago. The boys struggled and struggled. Willard did not get the lead until a free throw made it 51-50. They had tied the ball game on four other occasions. They ended up tying it one more time before the game was over, but they finally caught Carthage and had a 1-point lead, had a lead by 4 at one point, but then Carthage came back, and we got a pair of free throws by Templeman to make it 59-58, and then a timeout called by Willard, and then Cruz Castor picked off the second pass. The first was the inbound, and then they tried a diagonal cross-court pass, and Cruz Castor went up and got it. He did miss his free throws, but 1.7 seconds, there was a heave by Quinlan of Willard, and it almost went in. It hit the front of the rim, and that would have been horrible having Carthage lose twice on buzzer beaters. You know what happened in that game against Joplin earlier this year. We'll take another minute and come back with the scoring. This is Tiger Basketball Music Radio 93.5.
Central Avenue in Carthage cheers on our Carthage Tigers. From the coaches to the parents and teachers, it takes a lot of effort to help our student athletes and the rest of the student body reach their goals. And Boomers Barbecue salutes all who make our Tigers great. Boomers is proud to be a sponsor of this broadcast, and they thank you for your business over the years. Once a Tiger, always a Tiger. Carthage alumni Willie Wagner and the entire crew at Boomers Barbecue say, go Tigers, go Blue.
just like a great coach, State Farm agent Jerry Poston at 1601 South Garrison in Carthage can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs. Whether it's car, home, life, health, or business insurance, Agent Jerry Poston can dig into the playbook and help you find the affordable coverage you need. When your life and goals change, Agent Jerry Poston will be there to help you adjust your insurance game plan with a free family insurance checkup. So, for all of your insurance needs, call on a winner. State Farm agent Jerry Poston at 1601 South Garrison or call 417-358-5052.
Scoring goes Ray, 13, 23 for Templeman, 5 for Yates, 4 for Coy, 4 for Castor, and 10 for Kinder. Willard had 19 from Quinlan, 4 for Wilkin, 3 for Wolf, 10 Boyer, 18 Roten, and 4 Crichton. Carthage wins at 59-58. Back here in 30 seconds with our Wilkinson play of the game. This is Tiger Basketball Music Radio 93.5.
Is a proud supporter of the Carthage Tigers and tonight's play of the game. It takes hard work, good practice habits, and dedication to succeed in sports and in life. And everyone at Wilkinson Pharmacy is proud of our Carthage Tigers for all their efforts on and off the field. Wilkinson Pharmacy and their knowledgeable staff work hard to bring you the best possible products and services every day. So go see them for all your pharmacy needs. Located at 2017 South Garrison, or give them a call at 358-4840. Wilkinson Pharmacy says, go Big Blue.
And the Wilkinson Pharmacy play of the game came when the clock stopped at 1.7 seconds to go. Templeman got a pair of free throws to give Carthage the lead, 59-58. And Willard called a timeout with 6.6 on the clock. They got the ball inbounded. They threw a pass past half court, and Cruz Castor went up and fielded it cleanly, as they say. Then he was fouled. He did miss his free throws. Willard had another shot at it, but they missed a long one. And Carthage gets their 14th win against 10 losses and squares their conference record at 4-4. As they win 59-58, they'll have a chance to finish over 500 against a tough Neosho team on Tuesday night. In the girls' game, frustrating night for them. They had a 29-10 lead at one point in the second quarter, but then it was an 11-2 run the rest of the half for Willard. They got within 10 at 31-21, and then Carthage got only a free throw in the third quarter. Willard outscored them 19-1. After three, had an 8-point lead, and they won by 6, 48-42. Kiana Yates led Carthage with 17, and they go to 10-14. And they'll play Neosho on Monday night. Our next broadcast will be the boys from Neosho on Tuesday, and it'll be right after the 7 o'clock hour, somewhere along in there. And we'll have it for you. That's the last regular season game, and then districts begin on Wednesday, March the 1st. Looks like the boys get it underway to start according to the Misha site. Then the girls would play on a Thursday night. So thanks to Caleb back here at the running the camera, and he needs babysitting pay too tonight. And I think he's going to be a decent parent one of these days. He had pretty much shoo about 6 kids away, and we finally got him convinced after 3 tries to get him to the other end of the court because they unplugged us once, and darn near did it about 3 or 4 times. But thanks to Ron for his patience back at the studios. Our final scores once again. Girls lose to Willard 48-42. The boys win 59-58. We'll talk to you Tuesday from Neosho, and good night here from Willard.
Thank you for joining us for Carthage Tiger Basketball on Music Radio and the Carthage Tiger Sports Network.
We'd like to thank our proud sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Garrison Construction, Peachtree Dental, Lauren DeBeauty and Adam Bridges of Farm Bureau Insurance, Reeves Tire, Boomer's Barbecue, Tony Williams of State Farm Insurance, Law Office of Webster and Carlton, Sirloin Stockade, Zider Tax Service, Kelly Ott of Farmers Insurance, Community National Bank and Trust, Dr. Manzer, Wood Ford, Wood Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Bob Brown of American Family Insurance, Ott's Food Products, Joe Ryder of Edward Jones Investments, Levi Utter and eXp Realty, Bear Acres Family YMCA, Missouri Southern State University, Jerry Poston of State Farm Insurance, Schmidt CPAs and Advisors, Nell Mortuary, I'm Dick Insurance, Turf Tamers Lawn Care, Carthage Water and Electric, Ross Kennard, Wells Fargo Investment Advisors, Carthage Area McDonald's, Grace Lane's Bowling Alley, Daylight Donut and Whistler's Hamburgers, Clothesline Cleaners, Car Center of Carthage, J Builders,
Carthage Dental Associates, Wilkinson Pharmacy, Roscoe's.
And thank you for joining Jim Taylor for this week's edition of Carthage Tiger Basketball. We'll see you next time.